it.
I like that one. I
What's
like
good,
that
y'all?
You already know what it is, man. We back.
Hey. Episode 5. What's going on, y'all?
Season 2.
I'm liking this season. This season is going good.
We're going to continue it right now.
Hey,
Okay.
I'm Real Walter Ford. You already know.
Hey, you know it's your boy Mac 2301.
Well, I changed my name. It's GDQ Official.
He changed on us. You know,
I had to switch it up.
I didn't even know
he's
that.
the artist formerly known as GDQ the One.
GDQ Official now.
But we brought y'all something different again, because that's what we're doing nowadays. We bring y'all some different shit, some new shit every week, every episode. I got some good homies of ours. I'm not going to introduce them because I always want to let them get their floor. So at this point, I'm going to pass the mic over.
Man, introduce yourselves, bro. Glad y'all made it.
To the man first.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy HP, Coldivar. That's what we doing.
Short, like that. Yeah. Short, sweet, to the point. That's what we doing.
Creative.tunez, man. Get at me on the gram.
Okay. All right, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Coldivar.
Get that little boost from.
Hey, I know, bro. We know. Remember, we had Q get Q 100 followers and shit.
I'm a troll though, so don't follow me.
Yo, super troll.
Said I'm a troll.
That's all.
Fair warning, bro.
Real shit.
I
You
will
should see.
poke at you, bro.
You should see our Instagram messages, bro. He be trolling the shit out of shit, bro.
I have to push the envelope, man. If nobody else is gonna make people think, then I'm here for the people, you know.
I literally thought that's why Instagram was created. It was to just troll people. Yeah, you could just post stuff and we just gonna talk about it.
Man, we don't even talk about Twitter.
Hell yeah.
That's basically what Coldivar is all about, man. Like, we created the brand. It's not really a brand. Like, I've been doing this for like over 20 years, bro. Like
20 years, okay, all right.
Old, man, old, bro. So I've been doing
experienced.
Yeah, so I got a lot of trial and error, remixes, things of that nature. This brand that you see now is just an iteration of stuff that has been going on since I was in high school. So
damn, okay.
I was big on art, but when you make a piece of art, you can only really put it in someone's house and then they get to admire it. But if you take that art and put it on clothing, then the world gets to see it. So that's kind of the premise of Coldivar. It's like why we do it, because it's also here to make you think. Because when you look at art, the colors, everything like that inspires you. So if you got $1 million, you buy $1 million painting, it's going to inspire you to get more money. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically the premise behind everything. So imagine if you had that $1 million painting, you put it on somebody's back, and then we all see it when you walking down the street. So then everybody inspires you.
You all and give
you know what I'm saying?
all these different perspectives.
Yeah,
on
it's
life
all about
and whatever.
perspectives.
I like that.
That's why me and him are homies to this day, because he's totally opposite, bro. He just say he's a super troll, bro. Like, I'll say something, he'll say the complete. He's just a contrarian, because that's just what it is. But that's what makes
It's the nature of it.
it's the nature. That's like the nature of Coldivar. Like
Yin yang, you know.
I wanted something that would be like instantly recognizable, and if you look it up, it's no other name for the word Coldivar. So if we go to Russia, it'll be like da 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 Coldivar. Chinese, Japanese, whatever, any language is only Coldivar. You can't translate it to anything. So that's the other reason why I wanted it to be like something original or rare. And the etymology means balance. So put all that together, and we just got clothes, art, music, whatever. It's just whatever can come out of somebody's brain. There's more so creative consciousness is what I'm trying to build. Like with a bunch of creatives, how they have, because we're like big on groupthink. You feel me? So how groupthink is now, people live on like a scarcity mindset in a fear-based society. So I'm like, if you can have, because all the creatives, all of y'all are creative. And I know that my state is like, I'm good, fuck everybody else. You know what I mean? But that's why the creatives aren't in charge of anything, because we're all good. We ain't worried about other else. But if we can all link together and create our own collective consciousness, how much more powerful would that be?
Exactly.
Than the one of people just living an everyday life.
And
Too scared.
It's basically, bro, like a work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
Well, and everybody, it's like win-win situations. So like, if we, like you were saying, if we all come together, so we can only make it so far individually, you know what I'm saying? But if the more people you get on the same focus or the same wavelength or the same energy or whatever you want to call it, on trying to get the same outcome, the better or the more value that it'll have.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And the more people it'll impact.
So, Tunez, how did y'all meet?
That's a funny story.
Yeah, because you said you from Delaware and you from the SD.
All right. One day I left school for some reason. I was still in high school. Me and my homie Tony J.
You said fuck that shit? Yeah,
Yeah,
me too. I did that shit a lot, bro.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Stay school.
Yeah, stay in school.
But we were just like, we didn't have no weed, and we went to the East Lake Dam.
That's why I left school too.
Yeah, we were like, yo, let's just go to the East Lake Dam and see if anybody got some weed, like smoking, and we'll just like see if we can hit it real quick. And he was like literally that guy. Like,
that's like the faith smokers shit right there.
Hey,
like, we ain't got no weed, but let's go to where the weed at. We just go to the weed
Hey,
area.
that's just what it is.
If you go to a barbershop, you get a haircut, nigga, let's go.
If we didn't do that, we probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. Like, fuck.
Look what we do.
At least, you know
and
what I
then
mean?
it was
Like,
even iller because I'm from the East Coast. If a motherfucker, random person woke up on you like, yo, let me hit that. You gonna be like, bro, get the fuck out.
Bro, exactly. Where I'm from too, bro. Yeah.
So I had just moved out here, maybe not even like a month and a half, bro. I lived in Chula Vista because I originally came out here on vacation, right? Because I'm like living in Delaware. I had a good job, whatever. I was just waking up every day like, bro, I got money, hoes. I got all that shit that they tell you to get. I'm 25, but I'm not happy, so I'm like, it's got to be something else. My homie that I grew up, my day one, this nigga had already lived out here for playing football, but he messed his knee up and he just stayed. And then he would like come back every year or so, be like, bro, you gotta go to San Diego. This is your vibe. So I'm like, I never took him up on it. And I had never even like left Delaware. I took little day trips up and down the East Coast and shit, but I had never really left for an extended amount of time. I didn't go to college somewhere to get that type of experience. So I'm like, all right, bro, I'm about to take him up on his offer. Came out there for vacation 2 weeks. Bro, that shit turned into 2 years. Third day, I had stayed in a hotel, right? In a Super 8 in the hood. And we was like, I'll see you Cedro, bro, because I had bread, but I was like,
I know
about
that Cedro life.
So he like, bro, nah, because we young, bro. We like, bro, I'm gonna thug it out. Like, I'm trying to stack my bread. I'm about to go be in a W on vacation. So we just say Cedro. It was like the third day. I'm like, man, it's nice as hell out here, man. He's like, yeah, it's like this every day. I was like, what you mean? I was like, it's springtime. No, he was like, no, you don't understand. Like, wintertime, summertime, fall, winters, all that. It's 70 degrees, ocean breeze every day. I was like, word? All right, I'm staying. Went on Craigslist, found a room to rent, and the rest is history.
Yo, you know that hustle right there, that Craigslist room to rent.
I'm gonna G it up. So then it was a homie down the street, had like seen me at the basketball court. He's like, yo, you new out here? I was like, yeah, whatever. He's like, all right, bet. Let's go to East Lake to smoke. I had just met him. So we just go there on a fluke, and we out there chiefing and shit. I ain't even know my mans like that. But he was in the neighborhood, so I'm like, whatever, he cool enough to smoke. We out East Lake chilling. This fool would walk up on me he had his little high school tie on and all that shit. So I'm like, man, what the fuck? He like, yo, bro, can we hit that? I'm like, nah, bro, like, fuck out of here. Yeah, so my homie Victor was like, nah, bro, like, this the culture out here. Like, everybody smokes together. Like, we all friends. I was like, word? He was like, yeah. So I'm like, this is crazy. So they came around, chop it up, and then
I was just trying to say that. I'm like,
Negative, bro.
that shit don't fly back in the crib, bro.
yeah.
That shit not flying at the crib.
Who brought this dude?
Yeah,
His
game.
Hey, bro, we were just chilling there for probably like half an hour, and then we just seen him. We're like, yo, fuck it, it's now or never. This is the only guy out here smoking. Either we gonna get high or we're not gonna get high. So
this is a story of faith and fighting fear.
And
if you want to smoke, go find some weed. It might lead you to
and being in the right place at the right time, bro.
Yeah,
I'm big on that, and synchronicity, and like your thoughts create reality. Like that's what I base my life around, bro. Because I believe in like the simulation theory and all that type of stuff, bro.
What is that? What is that exactly? I've never heard of simulation.
So you know Elon Musk. I studied like quantum physics a little bit because I'm like interested in like when you break stuff down to the most simplest form.
Yeah, hell
what
yeah.
is it? And all the smartest people in the world say it's just energy. Elon Musk, all of them believe that we live in a simulation, bro. Like the smartest people in the world believe that this is all 2D, like on a piece of paper, and then God or whatever you want to call it is watching us, like the ant farm, basically. So love and hate are energies that make the world run. Hate, greed, all that that stuff is just a form of fear. So
Okay.
love and fear.
Yeah. So
Rule the
so it's
world.
only the two. It's
So you
only
either
those
tapped
two.
into the love energy or you tapped into the fear energy. And basically imagine if like God and the devil had like are playing like a chess match and he's like, I'm gonna have all these temptations. Like my man told me, he said the devil can't touch you, he can only tempt you.
Exactly.
And God won't help you unless you ask him. So it's kind of like a video game. And it's like, bro, this shit is real, dog. I'll tell y'all one more story, dog. This is why I believe in all this shit, bro.
Yeah.
I'm
Now,
out in Cali, chilling. My man's right
real
before-
quick, before you get into the story, did you believe this in Delaware or did this happen when
I
you
knew
got out?
that I didn't believe it per se, but I knew that it was something bigger than all of this.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really religious or spiritual. I just kind of just lived life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And-
We about that money.
But
I'm living, I'm good. Yeah.
But then I had like achieved that somewhat, and then I was like, this. I still don't feel like happy or whatnot. Like it's not fulfilling. So it had to be something bigger. So I was like, let me come out here to see.
Hold on, bro. Before you tell the story, I've heard the story 100 times and it still blows my mind.
He's trying to put that out there like
I thought he was about to say.
Like, no, this is like,
I thought he was about to say for the
this
record.
story makes me believe in stuff like that. Because it's like,
Yeah.
whenever I have a sliver of doubt, like I can think back to my own past experiences, how I've been through it, but my friends too, you know, and people that I'm around constantly.
Hell
like,
yeah.
we all go through crazy ass shit, and that should all help us, like.
And it's just about being aware. Like
Yeah.
the shit's going on, but do you know that it's going on?
Yeah,
And do you
exactly.
you know what I'm saying? So I believe all that shit too.
Energy.
Exactly. I believe all that shit too, bro. My bad for cutting your
But
story off.
yeah,
but
but
nah,
I
you
had to
good.
say that.
That was a
Yeah.
good space to pause. So I'm doing the Cali thing out here, balling out, doing my thing.
Boom, boom.
Homie that had brought me out here hit me with the knee like, bro, I just gave my life to Jesus. I'm about to get saved, get married. I got a girl like instantly. So I'm like, damn, bro, I thought we was gonna be out here doing debauchery or whatnot. Because I'm young. But then I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm still happy for him. So I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm happy for you, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna be on some
said
hating shit. Like, I
he
want
said
you to
debauchery.
be, you know what I mean? Go with the Lord. You know what I mean? I wasn't really super spiritual, but I supported it. So I'm going to church with him and stuff. But I was like, you my mans, and I'm gonna go with you on Sundays just because you my people and everybody at church is nice and all. But I need to know if this is like real before I really like start putting time and going to Bible study and like, cause I don't necessarily believe in it. I just believe in something.
Yeah.
So he's like,
just
yeah.
believe in a higher power.
So Pastor Ralph, shout out Pastor Ralph. I come to him with mad questions, like on some atheist type time, just to like test his faith. And he's like, bro, I can't tell you. I don't know. He's like, all I know is I got faith. So just try to talk to the universe and see what it tells you. So I'm like, all right, bet.
That's heavy right there.
Bruh.
Talk to something out there that ain't got, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Talk to
not
it.
what
Yeah, exactly.
So I used to live in Chula Vista. I go up on like this little hill. They had the radio tower. You can see the downtown San Diego all crazy. You look to the left, you can see TJ. All that is like an ill view. So I'm like, bruh, all of this, like, this is crazy. Like, blew my mind. So then I'm like, God, if you're real, you gotta show yourself to me. It's not a near-death experience, bro. I like tempted the gods and they answered me. I was like, you have to show yourself to me if you're real, because if you're not real, I'm gonna just be like pimping bitches and like living. What's the use of being good if there is no God? Think about it. So I'm like, what's the use of being a good person and all that if there is no God?
What's
when we
controlling
die?
chaos?
Like, I can just do whatever the fuck I want and just join the Illuminati basically. So that's where my mind was at. So I'm like, yo, you gotta show yourself to me, but you can't have me like I curse God and now I'm in a wheelchair all fucked up, or have like somebody throw acid on my face, or I lose a limb or some ill shit where I like curse God and then now you make me pay for it. I'm like, if you bless me in a way that show yourself to me that I'm not hurt and I can walk away from it, but it's a proven point that you exist, then I'll give my life to Jesus and I'll ride till I die. So literally 24 hours, bro. I'm at the basketball court. These young homies is at the little park smoking weed and shit. So they're like, yo, bro, what's up, man? You know what I mean? We see you out here all the time. You trying to smoke? So I'm like, yeah, fuck it. So I'm over there chiefing with them, chopping it up. They like, yo, you trying to go to In-N-Out? I'm like, what's that? They're like, oh, you ain't had In-N-Out? Oh, we gonna take you. So I'm like, all right, bet. So we hop in the whip. It's four of us. My man's is driving. I'm behind him. And two people on the side. We on the highway. You know when you in Chula Vista and you like going towards like the National City In-N-Out. So you on the highway and you got to bust
on the right hand side.
Is it on the 24th?
and you gotta get off on the exit like that.
And go around.
Yeah, how to go around. So we is just about, so the whole time my man's, he driving a little erratically. So, but we all high and shit. So I'm thinking in my mind, this is just how California people drive and shit. So I'm like, oh man, I ain't saying no because I ain't want to be like a bitch ass nigga or whatnot.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, bro, why you go at 85? So, cause you know Delaware, motherfuckers ain't going that fast on the highway. You getting pulled over. So I'm like, I'm just keeping the thoughts to myself. And then I'm so used to being back from Delaware, I will always do the cross. Just because I'm scared the cops will pull me over and shoot me or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you never know.
We understand.
So I'm always did this. So I'm in the car, he driving all crazy. This motherfucker is like tailgating this big ass white van, and the van is like slamming on his brakes, but he going 90 miles an hour. So I'm like, bruh. So as soon as I'm like, whatever, man, I just do the cross like this, and then all of a sudden, bruh, this motherfucker has a seizure while driving, going 90 miles an hour. I look up, he's doing all this. I'm like, yo, what you doing? As we was getting off the exit, he accelerates, drives straight towards the median, and you know how they have the little space in between where the cops can do a U-turn on a high-speed chase?
Yeah, the little dirt
threads the
spot.
needle perfectly. Threads it. It was like God was a little kid with a toy truck and just took the whip. Comes off, instead of going off the exit, cuts everybody off, threads the needle, comes in the oncoming traffic. I see all the cars, threads the needle. Right before you hit the big green sign, it was that or the little guardrail, threads the needle, bro. We in like a rad forest and shit. It was like a direct line. Go off into the sky under the little where they have the river. You know how they had a river on the side of the highway?
Wait, reverse real quick. You just said that y'all went 3 times near misses, like on some fucking midnight club definition. You say mirror.
Like it couldn't. I don't know how it happened, bro. But we threaded. I'm looking at everything like coming to me, and then they got on the I think it's a 94, I guess, where they have that little river and they like block it off sometimes, and they have it'll be like the water, then they block it off. It'll be dry land, and then it'll be water and dry land. Mm-hmm. Miraculously, we landed in the part where it's dry land, it's like 6 feet of mud.
Wait, so you said you went in the air? Yeah, my bad.
Bro, right before we hit the green sign and the guardrail, thread the needle, go off into the air. Everything slowed down on some major shit, bro. Everybody in the car, I swear to God, dog. You seen the homie Victor? His phone was flipping like this in slow motion, and we all seen it. And all I seen was the rocks and the moon and the stars and not the road. And I was like, I said, holy shit, I'm about to die. God save me. And I pulled onto this, and I just the little it was like some Billy Tech, the little dry cleaner thing. I just held on like, bro, I'm about to die, dog. What the fuck? That's crazy. Bro, we hit the fucking. That's the last thing I remember seeing was the star rose. I said, God save me, and held the thing. Then we woke up, smoke everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not dead. Like, the car about to blow up. I jump out, run the shit. My man's still having a seizure, so we like, yo, what the fuck? Everybody get out. My boy Taven, he didn't even have a seatbelt on, bruh. Walked away from it. Everybody walked away from it. They had the airlift. So they're trying to tend to the homie. I don't know how to proceed when people have seizures. They know. So they like, yo, call 911. So I'm calling 911. I didn't know where the fuck I was at. They like, yo, can you be calm, sir? I'm like, bitch, we just drove off the highway. Like, I don't know where I'm at. You gotta come save us? I'm about to die. Like, oh, wilding out. So she's like, sir, you need to calm down. Like, I'm like, I cannot be calm right now. I don't know where I'm at. I've been out here 3 weeks. Like, this shit is ill. So they finally find us. Cops, helicopters. They had to airlift my man, come with the big red chopper, the Red Cross or the Coast Guard. Airlifted my man, like flying away with him dangling on some ill shit. Then we all get up, bro. The police,
blows my
paramedics,
mind,
bro. All the authorities was like, if y'all don't believe in God, you better start today, because y'all should have died. And I like the next day I woke up, I just had a big ass bruise from the seatbelt, and that's it, bro. And I was like, all right.
Can I state for the record that you should probably put that story as a movie?
I wanted to be a movie, bro.
No lie. That sounds like explosions. Like all you was missing was the guns.
That's like a dude from Die Hard, the old guy. That's like a Bruce Willis movie, bro.
That's some straight Hollywood action film, man. On some old Transporter 2, Gone in 60 Seconds, shit.
Bro, that's why it fucked me up, because it was like everything I asked 24 hours before, when I was up on the mountaintop, like, yo, if you're not real, you gotta show yourself to me, because I'm gonna join the bad team. And that happened the very next day, bro. And after that, I don't be going to church like that. No, I'm more spiritual. Like, I believe in Jesus, like, was the Michael Jordan of humans. if that makes sense. And his story has just lived on.
How people look at
throughout
Michael
millennia.
Jordan
They
as a
changed
god
that shit
in basketball.
Yeah, well, just like out of basketball, ever since it was invented, it just came along that one player that just was like, Jordan's Jordan in any era. No matter fouling, no fouling, whatever you call it, he's Jordan. And Jesus was like just that one person. He just had like all the knowledge and the vibes. And he was like tapped in to the, whatever you want to call it, the simulation is what I call it. He was like tapped into that energy. And that's why his story still lives on. They just changed it around and do like crazy shit. But
Yeah, it always gets modified.
yeah, it gets modified. Then they like be trying to use religion to scare people into being good. And like, that's not how life works, bro. Because like, you here for the good and the bad.
Yeah.
And nobody's perfect.
You just can't have one without the other. Everything's
Exactly.
balanced. Yeah.
That was a hell of an intro.
Yeah, man. But after that day,
Okay,
I
yeah.
was like,
That's what I wanna hear,
this
yeah.
shit is real. I'm not fucking around. And then I just started putting all my time and energy into learning about that type of stuff. And met like a bunch of hippies and girls that go do yoga and stuff. And they put me on like chakras and all that. And then it's like,
Chakra shit, nigga.
third eye, oh my third eye, kundalini, all that shit. So
Yeah, nigga, they had you out there stretching.
yeah, bro, yoga is the shit, bro. I'm telling you, bro. You wanna live forever, do yoga. I try to do that shit every day. I'm not like a yogi, but I'm trying to be. By the time I'm like an old man, I'll be able to like float and shit.
Straight up. You do yoga, bro?
Yeah,
I'm trying to get into it, man. I just ain't been able to fucking give my shit.
you just do. Excuse me. You just do what you can do. I think what would be good. I highly suggest you guys do this. In PB, every weekend they do yoga right out on the beach.
Yeah, I already know.
On the cliff and shit, and it'd be like 100 people
It's
out
like
there.
8 a.m., right?
It's
No,
I think
it's-
8 or 9. Yeah,
it's like
I
9.
think Sunday is like 10, but just go out there and do yoga. And it's not even
That's
hard.
enough
Just in the
of
bed.
it. 8 a.m. is
Bruh, if you just look at it like stretching and just the energy, because like
Hey, I'll wake up 8 a.m. my house, stretch, smoke a bowl. That's my stretch for the day, bro.
Get my zen going.
Hey, no lie, bro. I was telling them, like, I've been getting into the point of like I'm trying to like get up in the morning and do about like 5-10 minutes of stretching.
Yeah, bro.
I do 5. I get like no matter what, like everybody has their own routine.
Yeah.
Mine's is literally I get up no matter what time it is, do about 5-10 minutes of stretching, bust out a couple push-ups, bust out a couple sit-ups, and it's just like after that, you know, I do whatever I need to do, take a shower, whatever. But it's like, yeah, like I get like a different energy.
Yeah.
I start to get like a different
They go
energy.
better, don't
That's
they?
Yeah,
That's a
work out
real
in the
thing,
morning?
bro. That's a real thing. I was just watching. You know, I get down with Mel Robbins. She was talking about. So we all have sleep cycles.
Yeah.
So the snooze button pretty much destroys your morning. So like when you wake up, your brain, the last sleep cycle that you have is pretty much putting the chemicals in your brain to get your body up, to wake you up. Like the last like 20, 30 minutes that you sleep is your body's getting ready to get up for the day. So sleep cycles are 75 to 90 minutes. So when you wake up the first time, it's like, okay, boom, I'm up, ready to go, time to do something, make something happen.
Right.
And then you hit the snooze button, so then you try to go back to sleep. We snooze, 10, 15 minutes? So then your body attempts to go into another sleep cycle. So the sleep cycle is 75 to 90 minutes. So you get up in 10 or 15 more minutes, your body is still in sleep cycle mode or still giving you the chemicals to make you put you back to sleep. Yeah. So if you notice, if you get up and you immediately get up and start doing something, then your brain automatically just starts, activating, or boom, I'm finna do this. Boom, I'm finna do this. Boom, I'm finna do this. Whereas if you pause or if you snooze because your brain is still trying to get out of that sleep mode,
it's still like it's like a sluggish start.
Exactly. You have a sluggish start. And I actually tried that shit out. I said, damn, this shit is real life. And it's just like it's a thing that works. And you can get out of that. The only thing to get you out of it is like a super cold shower or just like some crazy like shock or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like just something real intense. But if not, it just takes you, at least an hour. That's why it sometimes takes you an hour before you actually wake up. You know what I'm saying? We all done felt like that, but you like, fuck, nigga, I need some coffee. I need some motherfucking
Don't even talk to me till about 10:30, bro.
Exactly, nigga. I can't even.
My thing's not just waking up. It's like just having to like do something that I'm just not interested in.
That's a thing too.
Because that's
bro.
like
Big facts. Because if you motivated, you gonna be up 5:30. Motherfucker got $1 million for you.
Exactly. You don't sleep.
No alarm.
And it's
You don't
like
sleep.
sometimes I want to sleep in. I put my alarm till like 9, 10. But I'm gonna wake up 7, 8 regardless because that's just like natural to me, you know. And like, just I don't fall asleep until I'm tired. Like some people are like, I gotta go to sleep at this time, this amount. Like I don't really force like my mental to be like.
I'm ready to go to sleep
that,
at
you know?
any time. My head hits the pillow, bro. I'm gone. Bro. If I
that's
lay
what I'm
down
saying.
at all, bro, I'm done, bro.
That's why we gotta stay active though, because like people like us, it's like
Rap.
I've seen this in action, bro. I've seen this in action, bro. Because he was my first roommate, and like I come home from Liz. He'd already be at the crib or whatever, and he'd be sitting in his bed, on his computer doing whatever. I'll sit there like I'll go do something, and I'll come back. He'd be laying down, and then like I literally go in the fridge, turn around. It was like,
Bro, it was crazy though. Where we lived, like everybody would just pass out on the couch, bro, or anywhere. Like all of us, every single person in there, we would just always randomly like fall asleep so much. My girl was like, it's fucking weird how you guys are always like, you guys will sleep for 20 minutes and then you're up, like, you know what I'm saying, doing something else.
Niggas need them power.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's a bolt of energy right there that you just
people
can't
sleep
get.
on them power naps, bro.
You can get a whole.
You give me like 20 minutes, it's like, all right, man.
I got 4 hours more in this shit.
Y'all know Richard Branson, the billionaire dude that owns
Hell yeah. Virgin Islands.
He doesn't sleep. He just takes power naps. 20-minute power naps throughout the 24
Bro,
hours that he
ask these
Hey, he
motherfuckers,
just-
bro. I will literally sleep for like 3 hours.
Yeah, I used to do that.
And be up moving. Like y'all niggas would not
3
see
hours.
me. Yeah,
Hey, sometimes you gotta do that, bro. Arnold Schwarzenegger said you gotta sleep faster.
Like for example, bro.
Straight up. I said, nigga, that's genius.
Damn,
like bro. Like last year when I was working at like Polo, I was working at the outlets, and I was working down here downtown.
San Ysidro.
I was working at San Ysidro and also working downtown at Park nightclub, bro. We had to do the podcast. They'd be like, hey, what time you trying to link up? It'd be like, oh, let's link up at like 8, 9, early in the morning. Bro, but the day before that, I would work from like 12 to 9 at San Ysidro, then come here from 9:30 to like 3:30, work at the park, go home, sleep for 2 hours, get right back up at like 7 to do the podcast with them, then turn around, have to go back to Polo in San Ysidro from 12 to 8.
Damn.
Like that's what I'm saying. And I go home, sleep like 3-4 hours, bam,
That was the
right
hustle.
back up.
Hey, shit,
That's because your mind state, your mind when you was like getting to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro, I was
Your
focused.
body just
I mean, and I
tired.
still am, but now I don't have to do that now.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I've made it easier for myself to still be effective.
Right.
It's temporary.
With getting a
It's
little
just
bit
like
more
a
sleep.
little, like you know, how it be. It's like seasons where you're like, all right now I'm about to work these 2
Hustle.
jobs, go to school, and just knock it out. And then in 8 months I'm gonna be up, so it's worth the sacrifice.
Man, bro, that's crazy you was saying that. Because I was just reading something else that was talking about how we all fight with immediate satisfaction and immediate sacrifice and long-term satisfaction and happiness. And like, you know what I'm saying? Because we all want to go for the immediate right now. I want this Hot Pocket, nigga. I need this shit. Right? I need this shit. Woo, woo, woo. Instead of waiting, letting that shit simmer, getting a full course meal, you know?
Look, man, here, read this out loud. That speaks to everything that you're saying right now.
The addiction to having success is what makes you feel unsuccessful at the times when you're not feeling that immediate dopamine hit of your work succeeding at the precise moment. Woo! Okay, I like that. I need to read that again.
That was your boop quote for the day.
Yeah, exactly.
He got to with the boo quote.
Yeah, I know. The addiction to having success is what makes you feel unsuccessful at the times when you're not feeling the immediate dopamine hit of your work succeeding at the precise moment. I like that.
Sacrifice.
I like that.
That's how you win.
Man,
Yeah.
I feel like, and that's what I love about all of us. Because I feel like we all understand that meaning because we all have made the sacrifices to like do whatever it is that we all want to do in our lives. Like,
Yeah.
For the long-term outcome.
There's no other
Yeah,
options.
niggas
Like
on
literally,
because
there's
like,
no
trying
other
to
option.
win.
Yeah.
like Hugh, like I commend him for the journey he's about to embark on, with like being dad, and like still going to school, still going to work, still trying to make time for the podcast, still trying to do his music career, like his mind. And
No excuse.
I feel like everybody. I feel like everybody's like that. You know, his mind is like where everywhere he gets taken in all aspects, but he still finds a way. Just like I see that we've all still found a way to
make shit shake.
Make this shit shake. When it's all said and done, like no matter what, we find a way to make shit shake.
Yeah, it's not I can't do it. It's how can I?
Yeah,
Right.
there's no alternative. Like there is no alternative.
Yeah,
like what's the alternative to like being a shitty dad? Like that's just not an option. You know what I mean? This is not an option. Like not doing the podcast, that's not an option. You know what I mean?
What made
So it's
y'all
just like
do this?
Idea.
Y'all just was chopping it one day. I was like, oh shit.
It's like we all was just sitting down. We was like, I want to do a podcast.
In the car.
We was in the car smoking. These motherfuckers was like, Q was like, man, honestly, bro, you know what I really want to do? I really want to do a podcast. And Walter's exact words was like, yo, bro, I've been trying to do the same shit for the last 2 years. G. He was like, man, let's fucking start a podcast. And I was like, shit, I never wanted to start a podcast, but I do it with y'all. Shit, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of the,
But it's always a part of.
Remember the day Chappelle? He was like, I think I'm about to race him. Do what you gotta do. And that's how it was. And after that, you know, we sat there, was like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. Ordered the equipment.
Yeah.
We was like, we're gonna do it on this day, this time,
And we didn't know what the fuck we was doing.
yeah.
Y'all deep. Y'all like what, 38 episodes in or something like that?
35. What?
I think it's close to around 38. Yeah, 30. I mean, if you count like each episode of when we do these like events and we do multiple artists, it's probably close to like 42. But right now we're probably about like 35
That's
to
like
38.
30 over 30
But
something
my
hours.
thing is that like I have so much going on and I've been going to school for so long because I'm a grad student at SDSU. So I moved to San Diego to finish school with my bachelor's in environmental engineering. So, and also, like, with my daughter coming in a couple months, or not even in a couple months, it's a couple weeks now. My wife is like dumbass pregnant, right? And she's still going, she's like, I told her you're in the ultra pregnant stage, you know what I mean? Like, and so I still have class, and she goes to school too. So she goes to Southwestern because she's trying to do nursing, and so she's been going to school at this point, community college, trying to get her classes right for so long, and so I'm going for my master's, and it's like. I almost, it's too much. Like, I know it's too much working full time, doing my master's, and doing this, and being a husband, and having my daughter about to come. But the thing is at this point, I know I only have a year left because I'm supposed to graduate in spring 2020. So my final it's just like it makes me so hungry. Yeah, it makes me hungry that it's in my last year, and that it does. I do want to like stop because it's getting overwhelming a little bit. But like I just see the end goal, and I know, and so I keep fighting every single day, right?
And that goes to what you were saying too, bro.
Yeah.
Like what you saying.
And so it's like it's more of this thing of I know that there is no other time. I only get this time in this life because I don't know what's going to happen after. So all I know is right now. And even things like listening to music, and it pops in my head like I could be gone tomorrow and I could not even be listening to some of my favorite songs. You know what I mean? And these are just like small little things, you know? So that's something that gets me up every day is saying, look, I have all these things going on, but like I know I need to do it. Like I know I can finish this last stuff, and it's going to put my life in so much better position. It's going to be hell for the next year with a daughter and finishing grad school, working full time, and still trying to do this. But it's gonna put me 10 years ahead. You know what I mean? Like
sacrifice, bro. That's commendable.
Long term, you know what I'm saying? Sacrificing the immediate.
Yeah, because
that's how I feel. But that's like what leads me to believe that like I actually am in the simulation, because like it's not necessarily a sense of entitlement, but I know like I've tapped into something that like allows me to just understand that if you put in what you want, you will eventually get that out. You know what I mean? And it's just like
input equals output.
Yeah. So it's just like, don't get me wrong, it's not easy, but if you really want it bad enough and you really work hard enough, then it's gonna come. Like I don't think that God would ever lead me down a path of hard work and blood, sweat, and tears for nothing. You know what I mean? So as long as I'm willing to put that hard work in, it's gonna come out on the other side. So for me, it's just like a matter of time and work equals output. So
Hell yeah.
it's like,
Ooh, I like
you
that.
know what I mean? But
We need
to be on the subject of dreams though, like it's crazy because I have dreams about me being like taken out of the simulation, bro. Like literally waking up. Like if like the real me is like a 48-year-old billionaire that's like Tony Stark type that just is doing some crazy experiments on my mind. Like that's what my dreams are like, bro. Like and it's fucking crazy. Like it's scary and crazy. Sometimes I wake up like not knowing where I'm at or not knowing if this shit is real, and it's just like it's fun
interesting,
sometimes.
right? Yeah,
I feel it,
you know,
man.
it's interesting.
I feel
Does that affect the business at all? The Coldivar, does that affect that?
No,
anything?
that's what Coldivar is.
Not
Yeah.
really, because like
Or not really affected, but is that
It's-
kind of like the
it's-
paradigm?
Yeah, because it's a lot to balance. But I look at Coldivar as more so like the art, like the motto of the brands, the art comes first. So it's like
Okay.
I'm not even gonna do anything unless it's not gonna be for the quality of art. And then like the offshoot of Coldivar is to take me. So that's like my art thing from painting, and that's just where I just give away paintings all over, and it's like you can just take it. So that's like part of the art. So it's like that's why we give it away.
Wait. So he's TK.
Take me.
Take me, yeah.
Bro. You know, I was wondering who the fuck this third mysterious ass nigga
Nah,
was,
that's
bro.
me, bro. I'm taking you, but I want it to be. That's why the art comes first, bro. Because
that your
I really,
alias?
it's meant to put your
Nigga, I
mind
did
in a
not
different
know that
situation.
shit, bro. I really thought it was you.
Yeah, that's what people
And
should
then
think.
TK, and I was
I
like,
just
It's
had-
like
Nah, bro.
I even told these niggas, I was like, and it's this dude who gives away free art or whatever.
dude
I didn't know I was
gives away
talking
free
about
art.
this
Nah,
nigga.
that's me, bro. Yeah,
exactly.
But that's why I do it, because I'm not here for the
Got him.
accolades and none of that shit. Dog.
Yeah, got him.
I don't care about being known or
Yeah.
being on or anything like that. Like I care about like my life is good right now, bro. Like I'm blessed, bro. I could, God forbid, die today. I had a good run, bro. It's been a good 33 years. Like I balled the fuck out. So,
That's how old you are.
Yeah, 33.
I was waiting
bro,
for him
like,
to drop it.
So it's been a good run, bro. And then I really feel in that accident I was supposed to die. And maybe I just died 10 years ago and I'm just running the simulation in my mind.
Restart.
And I'm really just, this is all like a dream. So that's why I do stuff
That's crazy.
the way I do. So I think that all of this stuff is just like, I'm not going to make something unless it's going to make somebody think or unless it's going to impact you emotionally. So you just be like, damn, that shit's hot. And then it's always about like one of one limited edition runs. So we treat like the clothing like paintings. So it's not really about like press up a bunch of tees with Coldivar on it and just go hit the swap meet and sell a bunch of tees and be on. Like, I don't care about Instagram followers and none of that shit. Like, I don't even be posting regularly because I'm like too busy living life. Like, I don't care.
Do you know how difficult that is for me
Bro,
to
we
get them to
argue all the
understand
time, bro.
that you like I am that side of it, and to have like the
Yeah.
creative be like I don't give a fuck. It's like you know how long we just sit and
He's
and
like
banter
Steve Jobs.
each other about
Yeah,
fucking posting. Just fucking post, dog. Send me some shit. Like
I'll post it for you. Shit.
so I have to like come up with all these creative ass ideas to try to like, you know, just provoke
Get some.
ideas through him. So it's like I have to also capture everything that he brings in real life to just the media side of it that is the world we live in now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Because
it's like
that is
it's
what's
inevitable.
gonna-
It's not
That's the way to spread it.
Yeah.
That's the
Right.
way to spread the message.
right, but finding a way to do it organically and not have these corny gimmicks like a lot of these people
the
have.
bots and shit.
Yeah, all that bullshit. Like it's like
Great
I'd rather
photo.
have
Every
5,000
local rapper.
followers that really fuck with me, that support me, than to have 1 million followers that I'm only gonna get those 500 people's likes anyways.
Hey, I told him
And they're all bots.
it's this. I read an article. If there's 1,000 people who spend $100 on you, you make $100,000 a year. Like, so that's all you need is 1,000 people to spend $100 on you in 1 year,
Yeah.
and that's $100,000. Like, and you know what I mean. So you just need 1,000 organic, like real
Right.
people who will
Yes,
really
that
support
fucks
you. Yeah.
Really quick, and that's so crazy.
That's crazy when you
because-
break it down.
Yeah, because when I did the radio show last night with Go Ham Radio and
Yeah.
West Coast Radio TV, and we were chopping it up, and DJ MTK was like the things that we're trying to do with like the festivals and expos, like they happen all around the country,
Yeah.
you know. And he said he was talking about how he went to Philly for one, and it was like just the complete opposite. It was basically more of like 35, 45-year-old businessmen, old doctors and lawyers who talk about their podcasts and stuff. But and he was like, you can make connections out there. But he was like, I'd rather make 1,000 connections that I can just reach out and be like, hey, bro, like organic versus having like 100,000 like followers who are just out there. I can't just talk to them.
It's like phony people because that's like, I'm not knocking LA, dog. I like LA, all that good stuff, but it's really not LA. It's the subculture of what I like to call rapping ass niggas. Like people that follow trends. They're like, oh, I'm not cool anymore because I'm not in high school, so I'm gonna just start rapping to be cool. You know what I'm saying? Or people that just see it as a way to get money or do things like that when it's not really like an artist. Like you're not a poet.
When that's not their real desire.
Exactly.
They not really. Yeah.
Like if it's in your heart to be like a bowler, though, it'd be like the Michael Jordan of bowling. Just go do that and not be a rapper. And I feel like our culture, we just want the easy way out. So people seeing that it's so easy to become a rapper, but to actually be successful at it, or an artist, or a graphic designer, or a podcaster, like people see other people like y'all doing it, and like, they got chemistry, they got all the ingredients to be a successful podcast. And people may have one or two, but their pride and ego gets in the way, so they don't reach out to people, and then they never really fulfill their potential. And I don't
say that.
Y'all, you can tell it's organic, but a lot of people are like forcing, and that's what I mean by LA, like with the connections, people are forcing something to work that's not really gonna work. It's just like, oh, you're cool, I'm cool, let's try to be cool together to be on. And like
we both have nice clothes. Let's wear nice clothes together.
It's like when two hot rappers get together and the feature just comes out trash because it's just not what it is. You know what I mean? You can't
really like to say that. That's why I'm kind of like when I posted on the active. I think I posted on my actual Instagram about Drake and Future. What a time to be alive too. And I asked like, is people ready for it? Like, do we feel like it's needed? And I'm like, nah, not really. Like,
I mean, it's,
don't get me wrong. Like, I fuck with Future as a rapper, but like, I don't think.
I fuck with Future. So.
I do not need a what a time.
Yeah, but I think you should just let that be what it is.
Let it live, bro.
Yeah, let that live. Let that live. Like,
you didn't like What a Time to Be Alive?
No, I like it. I like it, bro.
It's good gym music.
Be alive.
That's why I don't hate on it, because it's like if you're in that setting,
it has its purpose.
It has its purpose.
Yeah,
it has its purpose.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like. That's why we both like we battle all the time with stuff like that. Cause I'll be like, I'll say something like Drake is a creative player, and he'll be like, nah, but he's really an artist because he's artistically creating his own reality or some nut shit. I'm like, no, bro, like. I don't give a fuck, bro. Like
he just in the pocket, man. He just played a pocket.
He's a creative player, bro. Like if we're gonna get to the fucking brass tacks of it, like he was like doing Degrassi, and he was fucking being a Canadian, and then he was like, oh, let me go be a rapper because that's cool, and he just had all the ingredients to have people behind. If I had 20 people writing raps for me, I'd be nice too.
Hell
so it's like, and that's how he kind of did his thing. Yeah. So then he's just like.
And then we're able to see through that, though. A lot of people just see what's on the surface, what's put out. They're like, they don't understand that, they can't fathom that 20 people are writing his raps.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like that they only happen. Like it does happen,
They only seen Canadian Drake, and then Memphis Drake, and then Spanish Drake, and then
Instagram Drake.
Just be riding
Buff Drake.
He's successful at it.
Singing Drake.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's
just he's a nice guy and all that stuff.
What you get, sexy?
Oh no, I don't even remember. Everybody thinks like Drake is a mark of success. So all like the rappers, they are all trying to be something that they're not, and they're all trying to be hella big. When really hip hop when it was beginning was like more at a local thing, and it was more of an artistic thing, and it got straight like monetized out the ass. You know what I mean? And now it's just even more. You know what I mean? And everybody thinks like if I gotta rap about having bands and fucking bitches and drinking lean, and that's it, bro. Like that's all it's been about, and everybody coming up and they think they have to be getting a whole bunch of money to be successful, and no one wants to like work at a local level and go through the grind.
Exactly.
Like that's what it's all about.
They want the
journey.
Immediate success, bro.
They want the people that can rebrand themselves. Like we was just talking about fucking. What was we just talking about? Drake. Like he had to be a nigga that what I'm saying. He not all them niggas. Yeah. He not he wouldn't hit licks or whatever. But niggas like Snoop Dogg didn't fucking. He never sacrificed himself at all. You know what I'm saying? He was the first nigga talking about weed.
That's a legend.
Then he dropped hella albums. He got a a gospel album. He got a
reggae
album.
Yeah.
And he still, you know what I'm saying? He still go to the hood.
He still ain't lost no credentials.
Still crib, you know what I'm saying?
He got the football team sending kids. He said,
Come on,
bro.
bro.
His football league sent mad kids to the NFL and
Yeah.
college. Like, that's
Come on, bro. And he's
commendable,
still a
bro.
crib.
Still a crib.
Still in the hood.
He got a TV show with Martha Stewart. Crib. Bro, like that's
And he don't have to
motivational,
sacrifice
bro.
it.
Like
Exactly. He don't have to sacrifice
He
it.
don't have to sacrifice who he is, and he's Snoop Dogg all the time.
Exactly.
And that's what people
100%.
should shoot for. Like that's what you
Just
should
be
settle
you
for.
100% of
Yeah.
the time.
You don't
That's
need
why
any of that
Coldivar
stuff anyway.
is like so dynamic because like he's about to be 34 this year. I'm 24, so it's like a 10-year gap in the system in the game. You know that we have
and your
tapped into
your
So it's
perspectives
like-
of like what you like we were just talking about your perspectives of what you've been through and
Yeah.
your perspectives are like two completely different things because you come from two completely different areas of the country.
two sides of America. So
You-
it's like
you know what
and
I'm
everything
saying?
in between. So it's like we.
Yeah, it's weird, and I think that's how I think you learn and how you grow is to like learn about things outside of our surroundings.
Do y'all think that we can only access 10% of our brains?
Nah,
Like, we can only, or do we only?
Like what they told
Like,
us in
is it
school
possible?
growing up, like you only have access to 10% of your brain.
I
That's
think-
what they
I-
told me.
I think
That's
that-
not true.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I don't know. I think that we don't access all of it. I think you have the potential to, and that's when you start to heal yourself. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because have you ever heard of the placebo effect?
Yes.
What? Okay, so one person has a disease, two people have a disease, and I give you a sugar pill, I give you a fucking the real medicine. 60% of these people actually get healed, and they don't have the actual medicine. So what'll happen if I take the pill away? That means that the human body is the best pharmaceutical thing, manufacturer in the universe. You see what I'm saying? You already got everything you need already.
and that's like
You
what
just
Jay-Z
have
was
to-
talking about mental health. He was like,
Exactly, it's your
mental
brain.
health is the most important. He was like, if your mind believes that it's sick, your body's going to get sick.
Exactly.
But if you believe in being, mentally strong and like taking care of your mental, your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, all of that. Like if you learn to take care of yourself on a spiritual and mental level, you'll be happy, you'll be healthy, and all that. Yeah, you'll be content because you never really
bad
want to
way,
be
like a
content.
lazy way. I mean,
You
like more
have
so like
joy.
grateful. Yeah, like
Yeah,
just like man.
You know what it is.
Even
you
if
know
we
what it
could
is.
only access 10% of our brain, though, we would never admit it. Never be like,
I'm not 10% this motherfucker.
Nigga, I'm 12% out here. Y'all better stop fucking with me.
It's one of those things like where they say your blood's blue. You know what I mean?
8%
Like, and
niggas?
it's not true. Like your blood's not really blue. It's just the reason of like because your skin and the way it's like the colors are coming through or whatever. But your blood is not blue like inside your veins. Your blood is red inside your veins. I think it's the same thing with the 10%. Like scientifically, we do not only use 10% of our brain, but I do think there's a lot of I think we use most of it, but I think there is a lot of like things like psychedelics will bring access different parts and things like that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of potential I think that humans have that they tell us that they purposely don't tell us we have, and that we can train our brains to do a lot of things, and humans are
heal
way
ourselves,
stronger. Yeah, are way stronger than they say that we are. And I do think that there is a lot of things that we don't know about the human mind yet, for sure.
yeah.
And
May I
that
have your attention? Please join us at 2:30 in the Neil Morgan Auditorium for a free concert. The Villiers Quartet will perform a program of British chamber music. This concert
Y'all ready for this
will
British chamber music?
Yo, what is that?
I don't even. I don't
that
even know
was
what British.
interesting.
I don't even know what British chamber music is.
Might be
Yeah, what's
later though.
British?
Put that on with
Hey, you never know. It could be like classical music. They say if you listen to like classical music,
It's gonna be somebody
that
down
shit's
there
good.
with
It
a
makes you
banjo,
great.
a piano, a kazoo, and a fucking and a background dancer. They
that hold down out there.
I feel like though I gotta use 10% of my brain just to understand half of the dumb motherfuckers in this world.
Bruh.
So for sure I gotta use like at least 50%. At least.
That's to get past these dumbass motherfuckers. That's not slap a nigga.
I'll get off my soapbox. I think humans are like incredibly special. And I think that things like that, like I can't blame dumb people for being dumb most of the time because it's things that happen in their life. You know what I'm saying? It's the way they grow up. Like, and I think about it the way I was born in the position I was born in, and it's lucky. Like I was born in Sacramento, California. That's an awesome place. I know that there's 7 other billion people who probably weren't born in a good position. Things like even us going over there and turning on the water and pissing and it going into a sewer is something that most of the world doesn't have. You know what I'm saying?
Or
So I can't control.
Fortunate people.
No
Like,
one
I'm talking about,
controls
like,
when they're born, where they're born at one
still
time.
got no
You know what
water.
I'm saying? So that I can't blame. That's my thing with dumb people, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's tough to understand them. But when you fall back to, it's really not. Most of the time, it's not their fault. Most of the time. Most of the time.
But
I don't put those people.
Some people are
included,
dumb
though.
and
I just think
assholes just to
about-
be like
I'm talking
that.
about dumb people. People that'll walk up to you and be like, "Hey, activated, huh? T-shirt, black T-shirt." I'd be like,
Just
"Bro,
talking
get the
to
fuck
me
out of
for no
my
reason.
face." Yeah, like, come on, bro. Like, yeah.
just to put words out into the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
Hey, remember Alex Hollywood? He was like, a dude once told him, he was like, think of the person with the least amount of common sense, and that's over half our population. And he said that shit, and I was like,
It's a lot of dumb people out here, bro.
that's
Wondering
a
which
lot.
half you are.
Yeah, it's just like,
Well, that makes sense though, because that's the reason why 1% of the population has 99% of the money. Is because if you put like 100 people in a room, I think like the smartest 20 people are going to congregate, and then we're going to be like, all right, somebody get firewood,
Let's get some
kill
money.
the bear, you know what I mean? Somebody cook it up, whatever, and then the other 80 people are just going to be standing around like, oh,
So-
what do we do?
but
and
that's
then
a-
they just control that.
But that's interesting, though, because when you say smart, is smart an act of action or is smart an act of IQ and knowledge, or you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like not the smartest people have the money.
Right.
Okay.
The people that fail the most do. You know what I'm saying? Or the people that hesitate the least amount, I would say. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like
Are the
really
people
quick.
that-
well, with that, I feel like, you know, that just depends on who you're around. You know, if you're around people who be like, man, fuck it, I'm gonna make this shit shake one way or another. Like, if that's what you believe in, you're gonna migrate to that.
Yeah, well, what I'm getting at is, okay, nigga, we can use Elon Musk for example. Elon Musk is smart as hell, nigga. He ain't building that rocket by himself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's be paying all them niggas to build the rockets and the fucking cars, and you know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
without those people, they wouldn't even know what to put their energy
he ain't
into.
go, yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm
But,
saying?
yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is, he got to pay their ass. So, yeah, okay, so not even that. Okay, so for example, I'm a fucking, I don't know, nigga, I invest in hangars or something. I'm a millionaire, nigga. I made a hangar empire. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to fucking.
Yeah, there's
Somebody out there
someone.
that got rich off hangers, but
Yeah,
$1
exactly. I don't know shit about fucking the internet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna hire you to do my internet shit and run my internet for me.
So that
I don't
means
have
you're
to-
not smart because you have to hire other people.
I just leverage it.
Okay.
But I made the decisions I didn't hesitate. I made the actions to get me to the position and be able to have you leverage that to you. Same thing in other situations. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to know everything, like why everybody has an accountant. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know,
It just takes a lot of smart
people.
people to make the world go round.
Exactly.
I'll put it that way.
Exactly.
So
You need
it's
to.
like-
okay, that makes sense. So it's like smarts versus intelligence. Like if you're intelligent,
emotional intelligence.
emotional intelligence,
intelligence.
instinctual intelligence, and then smart is like a learned behavior. Like you can study math and then solve problems.
Exactly.
But you can't just be naturally gifted to weave a basket.
Right.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So some
Exactly.
people are just naturally gifted
Yeah.
at doing things. They're intelligent. Like my man, whoever created the hanger got.
Yeah, that nigga
It's
got
also
them
just
correct.
like a term that we use, like smart. Like, what is smart? Like, if you have something
Exactly.
to offer the world that's useful, that's smart.
Is it
if it
IQ
comes
or-
down to it, where it's like he said, there's 100 people in the room and some shit goes down. If you come to me with an idea and that shit ain't useful, you ain't smart.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Or it's like
It ain't
like,
smart. Like, it's just something. My bad.
No,
I
you
didn't mean to
good,
cut
you
off, but it's
good.
just like you have to like balance how much you have to offer the world and how much is actually useful.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because what if the hanger wasn't useful? Like, it's a
Exactly.
great idea.
It's effective.
But it's like, how useful is it? You know what I mean? So it's like, it has to go beyond just your own little bubble, and like, it has to be something where people are like, man, this is actual knowledge in the world that somebody can use and take forward and do something positive with, or like an item where it's like, I could use this and it makes my life like more productive or just easier.
Exactly, which is really the base of every. I feel like I forgot who I was watching. So all the shit y'all talk about, bro. I watch like motivational speakers every day. I try to read hella books. Since I've lived here, I only wrote the bus for like 2 years, nigga, and I wrote like 40 books from this fucking library, nigga. Just on all that shit. So I just really believe that shit, and I think it's like a balance of, like you were saying, it's a balance of like your emotional intelligence versus your actual knowledge acquired, or whatever you want to call it. Because you can have you can know all the shit or have it all, but are you scared as fuck to do it or act it out or make that move? You know what I'm saying? I could know how to fucking fish, but if I don't go out to the river, nigga, I'm finna be hungry. You know what I'm saying?
You're scared of water.
Yeah, exactly. You
So
know, so it's a mixture of both. And then, like you said too, you got to be effective. So like, I can do this shit, but am I being smart with it?
That's why it takes. That's why it's like, when somebody does do something great, they make it look effortless, and we like don't really give them the due, kudos that's due. You know what I mean? Because it's like somebody that's good at basketball, dunking a basketball. Like, we sit there and criticize, like, damn, that shit was whack. Like, I can't do that shit. You know what I mean?
But if any nigga in the NBA on the bench will hoop the shit out of
right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
At the same time,
Just shit out of
so it's like all.
Nah, you're right, because that makes a lot of sense. Like, people will criticize something that they have no idea how hard it is. Like, now that I'm successful, I understand why all the successful people, why Republicans exist. Because motherfuckers work so hard, and they like, now you want me to give half of all of this to them? When it's always, no matter what society you have, it's always going to be people that, like, homeless people, for instance. There's a portion of homeless people that, like, just down on their luck, or they wasn't taken care of, or they don't have any family connection. They don't have anything to do, and they really need just a helping hand. They don't have a boot. And we as humans should all help them be good. If you went in the war and you're a veteran, you should have free room, board, and an allowance for the rest of your life, because you risked your life so that I can be free.
I was like, yeah, we don't want to
But
jump in
there's
that.
also,
I appreciate that
but
shit,
bro,
bro. I
there's
appreciate
also,
that shit.
what makes me angry is there's also a segment of bums and people that know
Are
that
lazy.
they can cheat the system and just be lazy, and if they just want to get high or whatever, and then people try to break it down like, oh no, but they have addiction issues, and it's because
that's still a choice.
They got beat up when they was a little kid, and that's why they're on drugs. Like, no, like, I had a real crazy childhood. I'm not gonna talk about it right now, but shit's super ill. So if I can come out of that, anybody can.
Yeah,
it's
bro.
like, people want that bootstrap mentality. It's like, bro, if you ain't got no bootstraps, just build some, bro. Like, it takes hard work and sacrifice. Like, nothing happens just overnight. People want, like you say, the instant gratification. So they don't want to be like, all right, let me just chill. If you don't go out for 4 weekends in a row out a month, if you stay in the crib every weekend for a month, you have like $1,000. People don't even understand that. Yeah. Because they just want to go buy Jordans and go fuck off $150.
And it's easier than that. If you don't drink Starbucks 5 days a week for a month, you'll have what? 5 times 5 is 25. You got extra $100 a month.
But then people be like, they broke and they can't never do anything for themselves. So they
Bro,
just do just enough to
and
get
that's
by.
what I would get.
And the people that got all the money do the sacrifice. And they like, oh, well, if y'all not going to do it and stay and fall back, then I'm going to do it. And then now I'm super up because they created the discipline within themselves to where once you get super on, it's like easier. The more you get, the easier it becomes because... And then, I don't know, man. It's just a dichotomy.
No, I feel all
He was
of
getting in
that.
that rabbit hole. He was going. You know you get in the rabbit hole, nigga, when your hands go like this.
You want to be like, I feel you, but nah, like, I feel Republicans, but I don't support that shit because you need to be helping people out.
Like, you understand, and I think that's. I think
we
we
look at it as Republicans. I think it's just people that have a certain misunderstanding.
A perspective, bro.
Yeah, it's a misunderstanding,
and that's all it is about understanding.
I see that
understanding,
every day.
like you may not agree with somebody's opinion, but you understand it. I understand why you think like that, and that's why I get why Tunez trolls the way he does, because I'll send him something. For example, I sent him a clip of the New York Knicks owner like he was leaving the game, and a dude was like, "Sell your team," and he was like,
you gotta ban
"How would you like to
yourself.
get banned for the rest of your life from Knicks games?" And I was like, "Damn, bro, that's fucked up." Like, but because in the same sentence, I brought up the Westbrook thing about the dude saying him. You know, I was like, those are two different. I was like, those are two completely different things. And he was like, but how do you know he doesn't get subjected to the same kind of shit or whatever? Blah 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 blah. You know, he gets. He was like, you don't think he probably gets threats, you know, to sell his team all the time? You know, it may be taking him.
Yeah, they
it may be taking.
You got $1 billion.
Exactly.
I said the same thing, but I understand what he's saying. That it's like, it doesn't matter if you have $100 million or $10, you're still human and you're still safe. I was like,
This nigga just
No.
but you see,
this nigga just gave you the money to be there to tell you that.
Bro, he's a troll. He don't even believe that.
Exactly.
But it's like I
don't
built
believe
that.
that.
But that's what he's saying. Like he's saying, well, now I don't want your business. So it's like, okay, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you
That's
did.
your
You
fault.
came in, you said some shit that I didn't like, and now I don't want your business no more. Sorry.
But your team ass, you can't be mad.
You can be mad, but you can't
He's
flex
the
your
reason why
power
we're
if you got
trash.
it.
Yeah, you're right.
Especially if it's something like
That's my
that.
team,
That's only
dog.
gonna affect
Like
like
growing up, the Knicks was my team, bro, because I was the only
you
team
took it into heart.
that was not scared of Jordan. Because everybody liked Jordan, bro. I'm always like type person when I see a bunch of people gravitate towards something, I just be like, why? And then I like do the opposite of that.
Pistons win for a minute too, though.
Yeah, but like at the height of Jordan, when Jordan
they
was
got.
like,
I was like, they got Jordan
Space Jam.
when he was getting up there.
when he started winning chips, and then when like Larry Johnson and Anthony Mason, they was like throwing hands.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, they not scared of the Bulls. Like I fucks with the Knicks, and then they just been trash ever since.
Bro.
But one day they be nice, and I can say I've been fans
the
since
Knicks beat the
90s.
Lakers today by 1 point. LeBron got swatted.
Yeah, he got blocked.
LeBron.
LeBron, don't even.
I ain't gonna say
Get him
LeBron,
off
bro.
the Lakers, please.
LeBron's not
Somebody.
LeBron, bro.
I wish I was like $1 billion,
$1
like so I could just be like, man, I'll give you.
Bro, how is he LeBron, bro? They were already garbage. What you think?
Exactly. So everybody makes LeBron to be like this big superstar. Like we have the same record as we did last year.
No, y'all don't.
We did, yeah, we did. Like 3-4 games ago, we won like one game in the last five.
Bro,
Like,
the Kings are in a better position than the Lakers, bro.
Lakers suck
But
so
again,
bad that
but
I
again,
watch teams like
yeah,
the Heat,
I know.
and I'd be like, dude, these teams like are not that great, but they're still in the playoffs.
Again,
But
though,
he's
bro,
trash us.
LeBron is out there.
That shit always happens in their careers, though.
But
like
this is
later
the
on, when you
Lakers.
move
We
like
don't
that,
expect to just
Bro.
win games.
Bro.
We don't expect
Bro.
just to go to the championship.
Bro.
We expect championships.
Bro, I feel all of that. But
That's karma,
if you picked
bro,
up
I'm
LeBron,
telling you.
nobody
That's
else.
karma.
So I don't know what the.
I don't think
LeBron scored
anybody-
40 points, bro. He's on the team with nobody
So
else
is
that's
Kuz.
ever gonna be known. Maybe it's Kyle Kuzma
Who's gonna be nice?
and Rondo is the only niggas that's known.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Get Magic out of there too. That's fucking up. Fucking our whole
He
shit.
only had one
I'd rather
year.
not have LeBron and
He
just
had
have
one
gotten
year.
rid of everybody and then we just tank for Zion too.
He just
Like,
had 1 year.
Take it for Zion.
Zion.
You ain't have no
Just
time,
trade the whole
bro.
team.
Zion, yo, dead ass Zion not gonna be like that.
You ain't give him no time, bro. He only been in the league for 1 year. 1 year.
Hey, isn't this the first time he's gonna miss the playoffs in like God knows how
This
long?
is the first time he's played in
Ever.
the West.
No, he only missed the playoffs one other time ever. I
No,
think.
it was two. It was
other
two.
time?
His first 2 seasons.
Bro,
he
but
didn't make
that's
the
the
playoffs
thing.
until 2005.
Bro, the Cavs
That's what,
were
14
just as
years?
bad at one point, and he was taking them to the championship. So what's?
But he had Kyrie Irving though. I
He took him by himself that
He
1 year
also
too
had-
though. They
In
lost to the
07.
Spurs, right?
In 07 when he got swept.
Yeah, he got swept.
Bro, he had
Which
he had
time he
Daniel
got
Boobie
swept?
Gibson as his PG
But
and
he was
Eric
also
Snow.
he was also in his prime.
Danielle Marshall was your 4.
Bro,
He also was in his prime.
he knows damn well he went to the Lakers not to win a championship.
No, he don't.
But they
He
also-
knows
he also
damn
got that
well
bread.
he
It's
did
about
not go to the Lakers
He
to win a
making-
championship.
He's a hater. I just
You know
wanna
how
let
much
y'all
money
know.
he made off of jerseys, bro?
You know how
Just
much money
the
he-
Lakers making money off of jerseys
You know
just
how
by
much money he
being
made in his
there.
contract, bro? He making 400. I think it's like 40 grand, like a second.
Oh yeah, when you break it
He
down.
won, bro. He's already
good.
done his,
He got
bro.
championships.
Hey, from a
He-
business standpoint,
his legacy's there, bro.
He'd
Yeah.
probably rather not make the playoffs than lose another finals. To be honest.
But what matters is winning, bro. If we in the playground and you
Hey.
got Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron, who are you picking first?
Kobe.
Jordan.
Jordan.
Kobe.
Picking LeBron, yo, go home.
He loves LeBron, though.
I like him for own respective reasons. I feel like I can build
What
a
team?
team.
This got into a whole sports thing.
If you
Depending on
have
which
like
LeBron you
the
get.
NBA All Stars every year, that
Independent of
he's
which
a
Hey,
LeBron
if
great
you're talking
player.
in terms
best
of like as a person, I'm taking LeBron. Maybe not
Yeah.
if we're on the basketball court. I'm
Yeah,
taking
yeah,
LeBron
LeBron
all
from
day.
starting a business,
Yeah,
I'll
he
take
the
him.
coolest. Like, I'll kick
Yeah.
it with LeBron out of anybody, but Jordan and Kobe are psychopaths. That's why
Exactly.
they're etched in history.
I watched
Hey,
the Kobe
but
interview.
I would honestly like. I probably really would pick like Kobe.
Last 2 minutes.
You tripping, bro.
I feel like
gotta
how
make foul
good of a
shots.
person LeBron
Tripping,
is
bro.
makes up for
Y'all
how
didn't like
much
Jordan,
he
bro.
lacks,
And-
like
Bro, Jordan is
and
busted.
trophy wise.
in
You know what I
comparison,
mean? Because if LeBron was
comparison
as shitty of a
stats.
person as Kobe, then like people would
Yeah. Jordan
was
hands
more
down
shitty.
be like,
Jordan was shitter than everybody.
that's what I'm saying. If LeBron was that shitty, people would just be like, hands down, Jordan.
I
Jordan-
think,
Jordan
I think
walked up to
LeBron
Bugsy Bowles.
dominated
LeBron's
the
so
league
good
more
that-
than Kobe ever did,
Yeah.
though. That's my thing.
Jordan
is
walked
in a
up to-
time when almost every single player is good on the floor, bro, LeBron still is doing it. He did his thing
you
bro,
right.
the entire time.
Jordan walked up to Muggsy Bogues and was like, "Give me this ball, little bitch." Jordan, it was like in the fucking I don't even know. It was like a
But
All-Star weekend.
LeBron's still doing it though because he's a physical specimen. Like if you know,
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. You gotta-
so it's
exactly.
like he's the
He's
most
been
talented
dominant.
of all time for
Like, you
sure. The
gotta-
most
He's an
talented,
Eminem.
like-
He's an Eminem. Like Jay-Z's
Forget
the
all that,
greatest,
bro.
but
Yeah.
Eminem's the best.
I feel all of that, but he's spending $2 million on his body every summer. Jordan drank some Jack and smoked a cigar before every game and dropped 60 on you.
Come on, bro. That's good. That's how you know you're the best.
You like
bro.
it because Jordan would be on the asshole
Yeah.
shit.
Bro.
Like,
He just smoked a
Maybe that's why.
cigar.
Maybe I just don't like how good of a person LeBron is. Like, just be a little bit more of an asshole.
Bro, I do like that about LeBron. No, he got a school and stuff. Like I commend that. Like,
But I fuck with him
He
because
Jordan
was an
just
asshole,
gambled.
though. LeBron was an asshole, bro. The whole Miami thing is an asshole move. You're only.
I think it changed the game, man. Because like I think he's one of the transiting players that changed the way players got paid. Now everybody's getting paid.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
LeBron's
Like-
a goat in his own
He
respect.
changed the game,
Yeah.
because of that shut up and dribble shit.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
too.
that's what-
It's a lot of things.
Definitely.
Like from a humanitarian
Yeah, he's
standpoint,
a
like
he's a great
he's
player.
changing the game of like where like nah, bro, like we all gonna eat. We all gonna eat. And if you notice, LeBron up until like recently, LeBron had never been the highest paid player in the league or on his team.
But he got $1 billion contract from Nike.
I get that.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly. Yeah,
But this is what you know me for.
Right,
This is
right.
what you know me
you got
for.
$1 billion?
I don't think he was pressed.
A B,
But-
bro.
And that's what I fuck with it.
A B. Come on, this is a B, bro.
You got the beginning.
This is 1 million
Bronny Jr. set for
100
life.
times.
I said Bronny Jr. set for life.
Yeah,
Like,
but I'm
everybody.
saying-
Bronny Junior is set for life. This is a B, bro.
Right.
With a B, bro.
It's
I
a
get that.
lifetime
But you see what he's
contract,
doing
nigga.
with it,
He
though.
30.
It's like, yeah,
You gonna own a team.
I'm gonna get mines, but I'm gonna make sure y'all get yours too.
Again.
You see what I'm saying? He did
Yeah.
that with his teammates, whether they were the right teammates for him to succeed. He was like, bro, I'm gonna still make sure you straight, bro.
Bro.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
For example,
Sacrifice some things in the
Billion-
process.
they shouldn't have kept J.R. Smith. They shouldn't have kept Tristan Thompson, but they gave him all that money. Hey, you want your
$1 billion.
niggas to get paid, bro? I feel you, but this is what you.
Nah, I don't care about. If I was in the NBA, I want championships, bro. Cause in 100 years they gonna be like, who got the jewelry? And Jordan got
Oscar
6
Robinson
Jones.
will never be forgotten.
2 back-to-back.
Carl Malone will never be
2,
forgotten.
3. Bro. Yes, he will.
Until when?
John
Until
Stockton.
how many players have to pass him for you to
Probably
forget?
100 years or so, but.
But nobody
Nobody-
says, "Oh, he's about to pass Carmelo." It's not like the big feat, you know. It's just
Yeah,
like it
Number
is
two,
what it is.
number 2 all time in scoring is a big thing.
It is a
You
big
don't
thing,
forget
but
him.
not
It's gonna
amongst
be
the
broken,
people
bro.
though.
And
Like
that's
the way
just
people.
'cause
But it's
Yeah.
gonna take a while, bro.
It's gonna take a while, yeah. But it's like who do you remember from Wilt Chamberlain's era? Just him.
And Jerry West.
Nobody.
Jerry West in that era?
Yeah.
Yeah, so them two. Jerry West the logo, right?
Yeah, Jerry West is a logo
So 2 people.
until they change it, because you know they will at some point in time.
It's gonna be LeBron.
It's gonna be the jump man. It's gonna be the jump man.
It's gonna be LeBron, bro.
It's gonna be like your 2K course.
Does Jerry West get paid royalties off of
Yeah,
the-
they would never do that, bro. Jordan would make so much money
Yeah.
off of that. There's no way they're paying
Yeah, they
him
don't
that
fuck with
much.
I feel like if that would ever happen, then at that point, in
Bobcats
time,
gotta
But
start with
that would
who
be-
owns the
at that
Jumpman?
point-
Doesn't Nike own the Jumpman logo? Like
Nah,
Jordan
owns it
owned
now.
his own shit, and they came to
his own
him.
shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Nike,
he owned his own shit.
But Nike owns anything prior to that. They get
He
like
bought him
Prior
out.
to what?
like like the Nike, like when you get retro Jordans, and you know how you'll get some with the Jumpman, and then you'll get some that says Nike Air with the check or whatever. Those are Nikes. Those are the ones that were released prior to hit Jordan being its own brand.
Yeah.
So that's why they're all, as long as Jordan still sells retros, they're going to get paid.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to get paid.
Because he bought, I remember when he bought, it was like right before he retired, he like bought the rights to the Jumpman. And from Nike, but they still like work in a partnership.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He was like, I own this. Y'all still work for me, but bro, it's not.
Again, who's
I'm
bigger
about his
than
team and make them
who's bigger than Nike? Who's in terms of basketball? Who's bigger than Jordan?
It's just Jordan.
So you got you got the respective tops of their respective businesses and y'all partners. That's how it is.
I don't think Nike's fucking with Anta though. Anta, the Klay Thompson brand.
Are you talking about the Chinese ones or whatever them is?
Yeah.
Them
They're
shoes
like number
ugliest.
3. They're ugly, but they getting money.
For real?
Yeah.
You talking about the little fucking
They're like the number 3 like most paid brand or some shit like that. Didn't you send me
Straight
that
up?
graphic?
I think they were top 5.
They were
top 5.
Yeah, but they were above like a couple big time.
They were above like
That's fucking
they were
crazy.
above
Yeah.
Reebok and they weren't above
Bro, Rick
Under
Ross
Armour.
got a Reebok deal. Come on, bro.
They were it was like the big 3 was
he
Nike,
was
Adidas, and Under Armour. And then it was like Anta and Reebok. I think that was
That's
the
crazy,
5.
bro. I ain't never heard of Anta. Other than with Klay Thompson on there.
And D Wade got his own. He got a Chinese brand, but they pay him like $40 million a year. Some stupid.
Yeah.
If you were China, would you not pay D Wade that too? Like that's
China's
that's the best I got.
China got all
NBA basketball in China is like
They
ridiculous.
love basketball in China,
Yeah.
bro. Love
I
that
just
shit.
I just wish my cousin would come back from overseas, man. Fuck that shit, bro.
Where he at?
He's in Turkey.
Oh, he in Turkey?
Yeah.
What part? Istanbul?
Oh no. I'm sorry.
He's in
He's in
Spain.
Spain.
Oh, you Spain?
Yeah, he's in Spain. My bad. I was thinking of somebody else.
Trying to
Getting
go
them
see
Spanish
Europe before
buckets.
The world blow up.
Getting them Spanish buckets. Goal! This is a different sport.
He ball over there?
Goal!
that's hard.
They probably say that.
He played for the Kings.
Yeah, he played for the Kings.
did?
Yeah, he played for the Kings. He played for the Spurs.
Ray McCallum.
Yeah,
We
and then
loved
he,
him. Sacramento loved him. I'm
Bro,
telling
and
you,
I'm so shitty, bro. Fuck
Sacramento
y'all.
loved him.
Like you want? If I'm gonna be butthurt about anything, it's that right there. Y'all draft him and y'all cut him. Fuck y'all. You gonna cut my cousin and fuck y'all. That ain't shit.
That's a blessing, bro. You
Yeah,
get
no, it really is, bro. It really is. I tell people that all the time. Like, I'm proud of him because like we come from the same city.
Right.
We come from like his grandfather and my grandfather are brothers. That's how close we are. And so we all grew up together during the summers. His dad became the coach of the school, of the college in our hometown. He was a hometown player. Came through, became the all-time, scorer in college history. It got broken, but he's still second all time. And then like he coaches there. We grow up. He started throwing camps for the city and all that kind of stuff. And then he goes from Muncie to being the coach at Houston to being the coach at assistant coach at Oklahoma Sooners and IU. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like he went through that basketball life, went and played. He ended up playing college ball for his dad up in Detroit and got drafted drafted out of his dad's school or whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but
They from Muncie, Indiana, bro. I don't know if y'all seen Muncie. Nigga, it's a bit of
I
nowhere.
have not. What
Yeah.
is it like?
It's like
over there?
butt fuck nowhere.
But that's
right
what I'm
in the
saying.
middle, right
And see,
in
that's
Indiana.
what I like about. That's how it all comes back to our opening, statements was that like
It don't
you
matter.
just have we all have a purpose that like it's gonna work out. It's gonna play in your favor. No matter what your perspective is or where you're from,
Of your purpose.
yeah,
And
you know your purpose. Like,
Yeah.
bro, like to be able to say your life went like that, it's like, and you make it. Now, granted, he's not in the league, he's not in the NBA no more, but he's still playing professional ball.
Oh, yeah,
That's
he's in the
still,
league.
that's still, yeah, he's in the league.
Exactly.
He's in the league.
Still balling.
Yeah, still balling. To be able to say, I know so many niggas that should have went, but they didn't, and now they're still at the crib.
Yeah, me.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I should be dunking on niggas right now.
but yeah, bro,
fucking
like
Oreos.
yeah, but back to that though.
That's a real job. Like, you gotta wake up, 100
Shoot a
jump
jump.
shots at 7 a.m.
Shoot a
Yeah,
jump.
exactly.
You gotta eat right, can't be drinking.
Then you gotta come back, shoot 100 more jump shots, then do
Yeah.
some sit-ups, nigga, and then you gotta...
But yeah, fuck Sacramento. Y'all cut that nigga. Bro. It's all good though.
Yeah,
it's all
Lake
good.
Show,
But man, I feel like
Suns all day.
this episode was like very,
Yeah, they trash.
very
That's why you don't matter.
Can I ask
activating.
y'all one question, bro? Every time I ask this question, I get a different answer. Do you guys think that strippers are hoes?
No, and you want to know why?
No.
Not all. And I say that because, man, my very
gotta
first
define
really
the
good.
word.
No. I truly feel like this because the very first strip club I went to was Onyx Strip Club in Atlanta.
Okay.
First strip club I went to was the one in Muncie. That was super fucked up.
Nigga, that's not that's the shit, bro. It's a titty bar. It's a titty bar with no titties. They don't take their panties off.
She just had mosquito bites, and then
Cocktail
afterward,
bars, basically.
yeah, she just had mosquito bites, and then she was like real skinny, and then afterward we was outside, and it was like a canister, and it was like a fire coming out of it, and she was next to us smoking a square. I was like, what?
I just want her to pay me.
Yeah, exactly. It was like,
Damn, bitch, you gotta pay me.
Yeah, you gotta pay me.
There was like 3 dudes in there, so we was standing next to her smoke, and yeah, it was just
You
weird.
walk in.
Fuck
I don't
that.
know, bro. I think strippers are lazy, man. I
I
know,
think strippers
like,
are hoes,
I'm
but
talking
all
about,
these bitches is hoes. But I love hoes, so I mean, that's
like, if you're
Shout out to
willingly
women's mom.
stripping, use a hoe.
I can't
Shout out
really
to
quick,
all of them.
Really quick. The reason why I say I don't truly believe that's everybody. I truly believe like, and I say that because when I went there, bro, obviously I seen just everywhere. But like one of the girls that asked me, you know, was I good? Did I want a table dance? Blah 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 blah. And I was like, nah, I'm good or whatever.
Yeah.
That same stripper that I seen. When I walked outside and looked up, she was on a billboard for Spelman College as Meet Your Next Neurologist graduate.
That's fucking crazy.
That don't mean she not a hoe. That don't mean she not a hoe.
That's what I'm saying.
But
No,
I don't know that
that's
though.
the whole
I don't know
point.
that though.
That's
Like-
the whole point, bro.
I think
She's a hoe.
She probably went to some crazy school. She a hoe.
Bro, that's
What's
the
her
whole
at? I
reason
need
why
her.
I say she's a hoe is because how many other women that get it from the muscle and they're not using their body in a hoish manner to get money to pay for college or whatever, or it's mad women that got 3 kids that work 3 jobs and go to school and all that, and they successful. Strong women.
Yo, yeah.
I agree with
And then
that.
if it's a girl that's just trying to sell some pussy,
They can be
who's
hoes,
wrong with it?
though.
Like, you taking the
Have
easy
you been
way
to a
out.
strip club though?
I don't like strip clubs,
Really
bro.
quick,
It's a waste of money.
I do want to state that we do appreciate
I love
y'all.
all of them.
I'm an older man that love all women.
I love all women too, bro, but
I don't use it in a bad way. I mean, half of these women admit to being hoes. Like
I just think it's bad for society, bro, because like,
You are what you are.
you can't just say you are what you are. That's what I'm saying. People take
It makes the world go round, bro. What do you mean? That's like if we didn't have hoes, we wouldn't have people going to strip clubs. Then like the whole fucking
That's what I'm saying. It'd be a lot of
aspect of it
frustrating.
is not like
that could affect the music
butterfly
industry.
effect, dog.
That could affect
Like,
that
shit.
hip hop
culture.
Not the music
We
industry.
need these hoes.
It's gonna affect the gun industry because there's gonna be a lot of more shooters because niggas need
Yo,
to get their
yeah,
guns off.
Because I do have a theory. I have a theory, dog. If you give the school shooter some pussy, he will not shoot the club or a school or go on these mass. All these people
anybody
are incels. And they're saying like a high percentage of people that do the mass shootings are incels. Y'all know what that is?
It's some weird.
they don't
I've
get no
heard
ass.
it.
Involuntary celibacy. So they want to have sex with women, but they just can't.
They just
score.
lame.
Yeah, they're
It's like
just
No,
half
I'm
the
not gonna
people.
say it like that. I'm sorry.
A lot of
But
people
they
don't
just-
get
they
no
just-
ass though.
They're
That
just
don't mean they
awkward.
can-
Yeah,
they
they're just
just
awkward and lame.
unable
Just because you don't get no ass, I mean you can shoot up the school.
They frustrated, bro.
They just shouldn't. They just shut down Backpage. So it's just,
Yeah.
They shut the back page down.
That trigger
they
makes you
frustrated, bro.
pause.
But then at the same time, imagine if you couldn't like get a girl off the strength and you had to pay for it all the time.
Hey, I feel
Eventually
like
you gonna get
if
tired.
you're gonna spend all that money on these guns and shit, man,
That's
you
why
could
you
have
go
just
to the
spent
strip club, man.
spent the money and went to fucking Vegas. Take
You
your
can
ass
go to
Vegas.
TJ, bro. We're like 20 minutes
Trick
away
off.
from TJ.
Oh yeah, but if I was to go to TJ.
I'm not going to TJ.
But
Same money that-
Prostitution is
same
legal in
money-
TJ, you know
The
that.
same money you would spend in
yeah,
TJ.
yeah, I know that, yeah.
Somebody from Massachusetts was spending to get to Vegas.
yeah, I've been to Hong Kong on accident.
Oh yeah, me too.
No,
Locked in.
I think that
Can I answer your question?
Listen. My thing is I think that there's a lot of like sexual culture in America that is fucked up. So that's where I
That's
think
in the world, though, man. The
But
whole
I agree.
world
I
is
agree.
sexual.
But I'm saying that when we're young and it's like sex is taboo, and so the education doesn't happen when we're young, and then you get all these things like. I mean, I'm not saying porn is the devil, you know, because people think that really, you know what I'm saying? Like, this stuff is really fucking with
That's
society.
like the third most
Yeah.
searched thing in the world, or like the second.
So I'm saying
number
that,
one.
yeah. So our sex education is really bad, and so we're taught things are sexualized in American culture that shouldn't be sexualized. Like that's why in Europe you have a lot more nude beaches, and people think it's okay and it's normal.
Well,
but
they're
out
just
here
open
it's
with the body.
taboo, you know?
Yeah.
They're open with their body.
Right.
And that makes it to where if you have less resistance, like, oh, this is a bad thing, then less people be like, ooh, I want to do the bad thing.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's
That's why they make it
normalized-
so bad. That's why they
Exactly.
make it taboo to encourage the
Influx
the
of it.
sexual suppression only occurs if you suppress it. So like that makes sense because if you're in Europe and they're not suppressing it, then it's just titties, and it's not like,
Exactly.
oh wow, look at that girl on the beach with her titties.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's not a major deal. You know what I'm saying? It's not a major
It's
thing.
the normal. It's the
Bro,
normal.
the country I visit that ain't like, oh, look at them titties, I don't want to be there. I'm just saying that much.
I want to answer your question though, bro, because I really don't think that women that are strippers have to be hoes, I guess, or promiscuous or whatever you want to call it. Because shit, well, first I guess you got to define the word hoe. Like, are you talking about chicks that have sex for money, or females that just use their body to use their body to
Exploit
gain
the
an
system.
advantage?
Yeah,
Exploit
to
the
gain an
capitalistic system. Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially their you know,
So it's just
taking
women that
the
use
easy-
their body?
It's just kind of like you're just taking the easy way out. Like I don't respect.
You think-
that
that's
shit.
what you
Like,
think it is, taking the easy way
I
out.
don't respect
But
the
niggas do the
hustle
same
because
thing,
all right,
though.
well then I can go pimp bitches.
Niggas do the same thing.
Is it
though.
morally? Because women are like, no, we're sex workers and all that shit. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. If you want the right to do that, then okay. But if I have the right to manage sex workers, then all of a sudden I'm a pimp, and then I get looked down upon, and I'm like, well, I'm just allowing these women to be liberated and free. Like
they
it don't
get
work
looked
both
down upon
ways
too, nigga.
because people will look at me like I'm crazy though.
Everybody getting looked down upon now. See, they just you.
I don't
Like,
know.
they just
So
dipping
you
their
know.
heels. Like they just.
I don't know, man.
I know what you're saying though. I know what you're saying, but I think that it's okay. So chicks in the strip club. I mean, I just think that it's like you said, it's an easy way out. But I mean, it's fast money. It's just different opportunities. But I think everybody has their own. I just think it's individualized because some people, like you said, are doing it to pay for school or whatever, and it could be like you said, an easy way out or whatever. But shit, back to I was watching this talk with all these different black students, and it was like Republican black
oh my
students.
God, that shit on Viceland.
Yeah, he was watching
Bro,
that.
That shit had me.
And the dude,
pissed.
the dude, but the dude, this one dude, he said something. He said some people people always say get up by your bootstraps,
Yeah.
but some people don't even have boots. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people don't even have boots. So you know, and that's not everybody, but some people are in certain situations where shit, you ain't got, you know, even if you do have another option, you weren't given the tools to know that you have that as an option.
Okay.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not necessarily talking about those people. Like if a girl's like
Yeah, well, like that's what I was saying.
had-
It's two different
Yeah.
things.
I'm
'cause-
talking about girls that like had good family.
and they just
parents
like
could've
fuck it,
paid
I'm
for
trying to
time.
fuck.
Yeah, fuck it. I just want to be a hoe. Like I just want to be out here hoeing.
Oh, that's different, man.
Yeah.
Well, they
But there has to be
hoes.
something in
But it
you
has to be
that's like,
open, though.
I want to be dancing and taking my, you know what I mean?
But I mean, but again, though, I mean, yeah, exactly. That's a thing too. So why? I mean, shit.
I think
Hey,
those
if that's
are-
how a
I think it's
mom's
the-
feeding her kids, bro, you can't say nothing, bro. If
I
that's
think
how
it's
the
a double
kid's gonna
standard,
eat.
though. You know what I'm saying?
I
it's
think we
double
need to
standard
take the
because-
stigma off
because-
the word hoes.
So
Exactly, because I like women because we talking about we don't, you know, we calling them hoes and shit. Like, damn, they shouldn't be doing this. But shit, I like, you know, women, and you know what I'm saying. I mean, yeah, we all like that situation, or we like women that are open or promiscuous or whatever. So it's like,
So would you date a stripper or marry one?
I mean, it depends on her intent. I mean, well, shit, is she a stripper now or a stripper before?
A stripper turned neurosurgeon? Would you marry a stripper turned
I mean,
neurosurgeon
shit.
that's on the
If
cover
she was
of
a stripper in
Billboard?
another city and it wasn't like weird, like it just depends on the situation.
Bro,
It just
I
really
wouldn't.
depends on
You
the
shouldn't
situation.
marry a stripper from Muncie, bro. Okay, it's like professional strip clubs, like in Atlanta, like you're saying. where-
What about just dating? Like you just met her like on Tinder or something. And you're like, oh yeah, what you do? She's like, yeah, I'm a stripper. Would you continue to date her or would you not?
Me personally, no. But
Why?
that I wouldn't take
'Cause
away.
she a hoe?
No, because
I can't rule that out because for all I know, like she may have just got into the stripping game and she may not do anything at all. She may not fuck nobody. She may literally go in there.
It's not even that.
But she likes to get naked in front of a big group of men, though. That's still like
you sucking some titties that's been on her face.
Yeah. There ain't no strippers that ain't doing something.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey, what if she lives in a nice ass place though, and she's making a little
probably
more money
does.
than you? I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly.
So you wouldn't date a Cardi B, like who went from stripping
I wouldn't date
to
Cardi B because she's
reality
just
stuff.
like on the other side of the
Nah,
spectrum.
bro,
That's
about
an experience, bro. That's a crazy
I wouldn't
woman.
date
You better
Cardi B 'cause
take
she's a
Cardi
hoe.
B just
I mean,
because.
that's just
That's a crazy woman. You never know what you're gonna get into with that.
Yeah, I don't.
You gotta take a risk, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's the type of risk that shit might not end well, bro.
So let me ask you this: Cardi B, Amber Rose, Black China.
That's like a lose.
If you-
That's like
You said what?
that's like
You're not trying to take care of culture, bro. Come on, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. We gotta set the
Hey
example.
man, I ain't gonna
bro.
talk about nobody
For the younger
kids,
people.
but-
I'm not saying those ladies don't have the right art. Like when Amber Rose with the slut movie, like they want the right to be hoes essentially. And it's like, okay, if you walk around, we know the type of male dominant capitalistic society we live in, right? So if a girl's walking around looking like a prostitute, that's how we're gonna treat her. We can't treat you with respect, because then how are we gonna be able to tell you apart from the doctor or the lawyer? If all the doctors and lawyers just walk around with their titties out, then it's just like it's fucking up the fabric of our culture, bro. And I'm looking at it big picture.
Yeah, no, I
so
feel
in
that.
10, 20 years, you're gonna have all these little girls growing up thinking that it's cool to be a hoe, and then it's just gonna be
Not
a
good.
shit show, bro.
So I think you taking hoe as like a construct or like a way of thinking more
yes,
so than
hoe and say
more so than like a profession. Like
yeah,
you
not
are
a
professionally
profession.
a hoe.
You could be a hoe.
But it's the word. Yeah, it's just the word. It's just like a way
mind
of thinking.
state.
Yeah, it's a way of thinking where.
Hoism is a
But
mind
like I said,
Amber
bro.
Rose, though, 'cause
Are
she's
you a
like, I'm
pimp named
hoe, so it's like,
Slickback?
cool.
Nah, man, but I could have been a pimp.
But are dudes hoes?
Named Slickback.
Are dudes hoes? Are we hoes?
Man, horse, yeah. I don't. If you out here just, I believe, dog. Energy, dog. Energy, dog. If you have sex with a girl and she's a hoe or whatever, all you are absorbing all the energy with the people that she has sex with. So
Oh, you believe that too?
I believe in that shit, bro.
It's all
'Cause
connected,
all
spirituality.
that
like
shit, we
sex.
are all connected, bro. Energy doesn't go anywhere.
Even
So
with like
it's
condoms and stuff, because that's like a barrier between.
Yeah, that's all it was.
I think at this point in time, like, hey, let's bring that back down. Let's not go up there.
I mean, I'm just saying.
You never know, man.
But I know what you.
We are
I
all
believe that.
connected.
Totally.
I'm just saying,
like,
if you wouldn't date,
That's
the
out
whole
there.
reason I asked the question is because, like, okay, if you wouldn't necessarily date a stripper or bring one home to your mother and be proud of her profession, no matter how much money she makes or how she carries herself, then that's in and of itself.
I think I would, bro. I think I would. Now that I think about it, because I don't. At the end of the day, it's all about.
What
Bro, if you
accept.
love that woman,
It's
bro,
all about what
come
you.
on.
What you
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Well, okay, so it's a trade off of how do you want to live your life and how do you want to live your life based on other people's.
Opinions.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like, you know, if she bouncing that ass for some change, you know what I'm saying, to keep these lights on, shit, I might just have to throw my balls on a couple old lady forehead. Like, we just gonna have to pay for this condo.
That's a sacrifice, though, bro. I don't know if I'm willing to take that.
and that just may be your level.
That's
like,
just me per
like,
yeah,
nah,
specifically.
I
But you
wouldn't
ain't
do it.
never. You
I feel like my pride, bro. Cause then,
Yeah.
cause when I was growing
You
up,
say
the
that.
homie, his girl was a stripper, and
But he
motherfuckers
had
would be
energy
like,
with her though.
But bruh, motherfuckers would be like, yeah, dog, I was on lunch break. You know what I mean? I went and seen your girlfriend, and she gave me a lap dance. And it's
And
like
I'd have been
stuff-
like, and guess what?
that money.
Guess
go in
what? I came in my pocket, nigga.
All right,
Fuck
so
you, me.
Your girl got some nice ass titties though.
Thank you. Oh yeah, appreciate
No,
you, bro.
you're not gonna say
Like,
that.
oh no, thank you. Like, appreciate
Bro, you're not gonna say that. You're gonna be upset.
But that's your own fault though, because you know what it is. So it's
Yeah,
like, it's all an
Hey, and
expectation.
some people
Okay.
get
It's
off on that
expectation.
shit, bro. Some
Okay,
people will
so
that-
love.
like that too.
Yeah,
That-
some
that's
people
the thing,
love
too. Like,
that
oh, yeah,
shit.
this
Like,
motherfucker
nigga, I don't
fuck
give a
her.
I
fuck,
can't
man.
really judge them, but it's just
that
like
400 you
there's-
spent on her bought me these J's right here.
That also has to do with the
Or-
emotional connection you have with her and how
Yeah.
you feel. Like a lot of guys just feel like possessive over their women. So
You
it's
can't
like
do that.
for even have another man look at her is something. You know what I mean? Some men are just
It's expectation.
more comfortable with themselves than what they have with their woman. You know
All of
what I mean?
our emotions are based off of our expectations, bro.
Yeah.
Every single emotion is based off
How
expectations.
so? How so? That's-
So, because so personally, in life, you only are let down, excited, happy, sad, whatever, from an expectation. This moment, we expect the next moment to be a certain thing. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not that, then it affects you in a certain way. And that's what you call
I think,
the
for example-
stimulus. I'm my bad. Whatever. You got it.
So is it kind of like you expect such and such to live in your life until you're old,
Okay.
or whatever, but they pass away when you're like 17?
We can go simpler than that, bro.
Yeah.
We're on the 5th floor. Every time you take a step, you expect the floor to stay under you. You don't
Yeah.
expect to fall through the floor. That's an expectation. Nigga, if we fall through the floor, you're gonna be surprised, confused. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Because of that, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's even as simple as that. Like, I expect
Which is why you continue to go.
when I plug my phone in for it to have battery.
Charged. And when it doesn't, you're angry.
I'm shitty as fuck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But when it does, you're happy and
Exactly.
relieved because you know that eventually
I expected
your
my
phone
shit to charge.
So how do you live life with no expectations? Or that's just
And
human nature.
it's like, okay, so
Enjoy the
it's like some
process.
Eastern shit. You know what I'm saying? The Eastern fucking philosophy shit. It's like attainment with detachment. So it's like owning stuff, but not being part of it, or not being immersed in it, or not letting it not conform you, but
Dictate?
yeah, I guess explain you. Like
your phone.
I own this. Like I
Like
got
your-
this drink, but this drink doesn't define me. Like I'm not defined by fucking Arizona.
Like your phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Like your phone.
Had it,
Exactly.
You're not your phone.
Exactly.
Or
Okay.
like your persona on social media. Like if you like the expectation with social media.
For example, bro, he said he left his phone, and me and Q was like, bro, you leave your phone more than anybody we know. And he was like, hey, man, I'm
detached from it. I'm not attached to my phone.
And I was
give a
like,
fuck.
and,
Yeah,
and,
I don't
then-
give a fuck.
and he says
I
that,
hate my phone, bro.
but
Yeah.
I say that,
And they say
I mean,
it
he
always
says
die
that,
and shit.
but,
I'm
but
like,
my response to that is like, but you always have your phone in your hand. You
But
know?
if I don't have it in my hand, it doesn't change my emotion. It doesn't cause a different outcome. You know what I'm saying? Like if I have my phone or if I don't have my phone, I'm trying to train myself to still be able to be in the same state or the same, you know what I'm saying? Because you want to be effective inwardly and then go outwardly instead of letting the outwardly go inward. You know what I'm saying? So it's
There's
all
also a real life aspect of like necessity though. Like what if you like get fucked up and have like something crazy happens and you need to like call somebody, you know what I mean?
That's relative. I mean, it's 1,000 phones. Everybody on Earth almost got a phone. Niggas homeless niggas outside with Obama phones. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't.
But I was just saying, but do they give a
It's-
fuck enough to be like, yo, this motherfucker's dying in the street, let me call him?
I
I don't
mean,
think
but-
so. Like there's professional bums out there, bro.
You're right. But if it's a will, there's a way though. You know what I'm saying? I
I feel you.
it's
But at the same time, it's like trying to find that balance again. You know what I mean?
It is
Between,
a
like,
balance. It is
Between
a
like
balance.
what's necessity and what do I need and what do I feel like I need because I've trained myself to think that I need
Exactly.
this.
But I think that I'll go back to expectation though, bro. Because shit, I don't need a phone, nigga.
Bro,
lived
people,
thousands of years
thousands of
no
years
phones,
without
nigga.
it.
Why
We
do
put
that make
all the
sense?
value in it. We
Come
put
on,
way
Jason.
too much
We
value.
all used to have to print that shit out.
And
What
walk
street
around.
we on?
Yes.
All right, make a left.
Yeah.
We fucked up. All right, turn around, go back to this corner, and we go start from there.
Bro, these
That goes back
motherfuckers
to
used
what
to
we
cross
said,
the
though.
ocean with no fucking nothing, bro.
That goes back to what we said though about why things are successful and why we need things. 'Cause why did they make that? Because it makes my life much more easier. Like,
People
I'm
love
gonna
that
have-
that access. People
I'm
love
not gonna fucking
accessibility.
ever print
People
MapQuest
love
directions
accessibility.
again.
And that's the thing.
Ooh, can I go say something? I got something to say about that. Too.
Nah, and I think that's why like we all aren't like on that same level mentally, is because people will just sit there like you can, because I have the option to sit here and learn how to be self-efficient, learn how to like do all the things that the schools didn't teach us. You know what I'm saying? Like because I have that choice, I can get to that later.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas like other people who think differently will be like, man, I'm trying to learn as much as I can, you know, while I like like us.
Yeah,
We all
to
try
advance.
to be the best version of ourselves. Like,
And that's what it is.
but because we have that accessibility, we as people think, oh, I can just get to that whenever.
And you can't.
Because
we can die right now.
Yeah, that's what I definitely agree with that. So, but I said you got it though. I just had to put that out there of like why I understand like why
people do it. Yeah, because they're
why
just like,
people-
I got Netflix. Like how you said in the beginning, like you can like, okay, maybe I want to make this giant painting, but I also just want to lay on the couch and watch Netflix. And you be like, I just
Because it's
wanna-
easier.
It's easier,
Because
yeah.
it's easier.
Less resistance.
Less resistance.
It's all about resistance. It was this other shit I was saying, bro. Like I was saying that on the other one, man. It's like a bow. So if you notice, you either grow. Okay, so like back to what you were saying, bro. Life is all about growth.
Right.
Okay, so there's no plateau ever. It's either an upward spiral or a downward spiral, and that's life. Everything's either growing or dying, but everything's growing or dying at the same time. So it's damn, where was I at with that? Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Anyway,
The
I'll
upward
say this,
spiral versus downward
people-
spiral. So you're saying we're always in a constant state
Growth.
of either growth or entropy?
exactly, and that's what all life is about.
And I
Pretty much.
agree. I agree with that because, like, if you put it in that perspective, then that means you would have to believe in the fact that every day you get better.
Exactly, and those are the people that live longer.
If every day you get better and you no matter what level it is, you learn to get to that next step.
Yeah.
You're not the same person that you was yesterday.
Exactly,
which
bro.
means you're not at a plateau. You are constantly getting better.
Exactly.
Or you could constantly be regressing and going backwards.
They just learn the
So
human
it's a
brain.
constant movement. Life is a constant movement.
It's
Growth
very
is a constant
dynamic,
movement.
yes.
Yeah, they just learned the human brain. They thought it stopped growing at 25, nigga. It never stops growing. Ever. Nigga. Your brain never stops growing. As long as you continue to exercise it. That's the thing.
The neuroplasticity.
Exactly.
Right.
In Japanese, there's no word for retire. Because
Yeah, but they also have the highest male suicide rate in the whole world. So
Okay, you're right.
chill with the
You gotta
work
chill with that
culture.
though. Okay,
yeah.
you're right.
They
But-
work like 13 hours a day, and yeah, they're killing
Exactly.
themselves in their offices. Yeah,
Well, I mean, that's some other. That's
why,
some-
though?
some other shit.
because
That
because
niggas is
the
stressed.
Japanese culture,
niggas
it's
is
always
stressed.
been work, and you have to sacrifice everything. You get so much sacrifice, and it's everybody in the business in the office. They stay late. If you don't stay late and come early, you're bad,
You
and
a
it's
fucking- yeah,
shameful.
you're trash.
So it's bad. So
Yeah,
so
that shit's extreme.
and the Japanese males, they work their whole life, and then they're offing themselves. They have the highest rate of suicide in the whole world.
Exactly.
And it's 100% because of their work culture.
And they're not going for their purpose, is what it is. And I was gonna say, I don't think it's the work. It's because they're not working towards the purpose that they want to do, which is what I was getting towards. So it's like growth. So back to the growth thing, G. If you always doing something that you want to do, not even like that, you just like everybody in your brain, your emotions are like your spiritual GPS to your life. Okay. So it's like if you have a good feeling about this, that's you, your spirit, your soul, your whatever you want to call it, taking you to the highest example of yourself. If you have a bad feeling about it, that's your spirit, the God, earth, universe telling you that you're going towards something that's not going to be the best for you, or something that you really, you know what I'm saying, it's not going to be a good outcome or not. We all got a sixth sense.
Your intuition.
We all got it. Whatever you want to call
follow
it.
that.
Exactly. Intuition, sixth sense, whatever. And what it
Being
is,
woke.
Yeah, exactly.
All of that.
What it is, we are born with, like you said, social, economical, all of this other shit on top of that. So we immediately use that reference instead of using the reference of this is going to be good for me, and I like to do this for growth, for the growth of my life or my spirit. We instead say, we go, like you were saying, fear or love. I think fear is the part of scarcity, and love is the part of growth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like we always think of scarcity. If I do this, if I take this leap, what am I not going to have? Instead of looking at it like, what am I going to have?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Taking
saying?
the leap. Yeah.
Exactly. And to put it all in perspective, back to the growth thing, if you live in your purpose and you're doing what you want to do every day, then you literally grow every single day, and then you live longer, you live happier, and then it doesn't seem like you're working at all. And
And you don't even need like a lot of money to do that.
Exactly.
Do what you
just
do what
gotta
you
be
love
like,
and
the
love
money
what
comes
you do.
to you though. The money comes to you.
If
G.
you do what you love and love what you do, it's all that matters.
The money comes to you, G. I truly believe the money comes to you because niggas. I moved to Cali, niggas out here getting paid, shuffling cards, fucking cleaning tires, like fucking
Whatever.
cleaning the shit under your fingernails, like. Just because you can do one single thing exceptionally well, somebody will pay you for it, G.
Big facts.
Everything. And like you were saying before, people think it's laughing, singing, jumping. You could be the best nigga to fry chicken. You could be the best. You could be the best person to dye beards or something.
Right.
Blonde.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you the best nigga.
That's why I never have the underdog mentality because I know I have so much to offer the world
Yeah.
that like one of these things
You won't be
and a
boxed
lot of
in.
people
Yeah.
don't know that.
It's
That's
like-
the thing. You don't know that.
Yeah.
Living here, you can see that. Like,
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah,
they
of
doing it. That
course.
shit's an option.
Just the homeless people in and of itself is an inspiration because they are good every day, bro.
Oh, yeah,
They-
especially
they-
white folks.
Like
Inspiration to
I
get
asked
the
the
fuck
homeless
away
dude, he put his cell phone down and then asked me for some bread. I'm like, bro, how you asking me for money? You got a cell phone? He's like, don't worry about what I got. Just let me.
He asked you like you could either give it to him or not give it to him. You know what I mean?
And he
Like
got mad at me because I didn't want to cash it out. And I'm like, bro, you have a cell phone, dog. Like, you have to charge it. You got nah, bro. I'm not giving you shit, bro. Get it from work. I just can't. I want a Lamborghini. Are you gonna give me $1 towards that? Because right now I got a Prius. So it's like, what? How's that going? Everybody broke on certain levels. So it's like you might not be homeless, but you still don't want to be where you're at when you're at the spot right now. Like
Exactly.
where you want to be
Still
in 20 years
Yeah.
and things of that nature. So that's why I really don't be giving money to homeless people. Unless you're like a veteran and you look like you need it, then I'll hold it down.
Yeah.
there's also this thing where people feel like they have to do what successful people do. You know, like successful people wake up at 4 a.m. Like, let me do that. Like, it's not organic. You know, or people like that just don't know how to do things that just like are like.
They're not following what
Right,
they really feel,
following
bro.
like,
I'm
oh,
telling you,
Steve
bro.
Jobs
You
did
know
this,
what to
this,
do.
and this.
So you feel like you have to do
that's not
exactly
you.
what Steve
You know
Jobs
what I mean?
did.
And like I will eat those people alive when it comes down to the nitty gritty because it's just something in me that burns. Like the fire burns hotter. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's
And, like,
natural.
yeah,
It's not
exactly.
faked. It's not like
Exactly.
a stencil. It's
Right.
not like, oh, this is the fucking outline.
Yeah, exactly. So like, if I don't want to wake up till 10 and stay up till 5 in the morning doing what I need to do, then that's what I'm gonna do because
As long as
that's
the work
what I
done.
feel like. That's how I feel good with myself. You know what I mean? Like I feel. If I was to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning against my will and do some shit, like you said, I would not even feel good about doing it, and I would forget that I even did that shit by 10 o'clock. Because I'm just not built like that. You know what I mean? I've never followed the stencil. I've never been a cookie cutter type of dude. Like,
Hell yeah.
I am the
And that's
devil.
the moral of the story, bro. Like, don't fit the mold. Do what you want to do. Wake up every day, do what makes you happy, and then you will see a lot of stuff around your life change. Like for everybody, like we don't really need to know that because we know. That's why we're living life how we live now. But
That's why we doing this podcast. So
Exactly.
everybody else can know.
Yeah. That was, and this has definitely been
It's
One of the most activated ones.
Yeah, I mean, people tell us our whole lives of how to live. You have to live this way. You have to do this to be successful. This is a measure of wealth. This is a measure of success.
never linear.
it's different for every
never
single
linear.
person.
It's never linear,
Every
bro.
single person, it's different. And
yeah.
so, and a lot of people feel bad if they don't have the things that
Right.
are signs of success. So it's got a lot of people fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and a lot of people that we think are successful are really unhappy because they just have a bunch of stress.
yep.
Because dealing with all the stuff they amassed,
The
and
unbalance.
then they unbalanced, they work too much, and then they're like in mad debt. Like a lot of people that have millions, they don't really have millions because they live like they got $1 million instead of living like you got $1,000. Then with the million in the bank, then you really.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what like with living out here, bro. People were like, man, how you managed to stay out here for 4 years? Because a lot of people would have been and moved back. I'm like, bro, because I don't need all that shit, bro. I don't need to, move out here, live right off the beach, pay
exactly.
$2,600 for a studio, and I'm only making $1,100 per paycheck. I don't need that. I don't need that. I'll take paying $650, all utilities paid, leave me a couple $100 in my pocket, and take a $15 Uber to the beach.
Yeah, because you're not gonna go to the beach every day unless you like want to surf or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? For
It's
what I'm
just
trying
not-
to
I ain't
do.
surfing,
For what-
yeah.
and I think that's the thing of why a lot of people don't succeed out here is because they try to live above their means.
Yes.
They try to live above their means. They try to live this glorious, glamorous lifestyle, and it's not like that.
For other people,
it's not like
like,
that.
yeah.
If you don't have the, Jay-Z said, if you can't afford it twice, you can't afford it at all. You know what I'm saying? And so like, I feel like if you can't comfortably pay your rent and just be like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna not go to work for 3 days because I'm gonna just go to the beach every fucking day because I can afford to do that. I can afford to take on what happens off that action.
Yeah, for sure.
And a lot of people don't do that. They don't think that.
And then they stressing out trying to
Yeah,
make
then you
rent every
stress
month.
out, and then
But on Instagram,
but
they
no,
lit.
and that's how you.
Instagram just had the ball.
That's how you create your downward spiral because now you're in here, you're slaving over jobs.
Damn,
that
that's
comes
deep.
into the point of like being stressed,
like
and
you
then you
said,
fuck up.
In the moment, you think you're going up, but you're really going down. It's not a plateau because you're really, and then when you stay in the house and sacrifice, you're really going up, but on the visual side, it looks like you're going down.
And that's where you gotta feel, and that's
so it's backwards.
And that's why you gotta like really, you gotta find your purpose.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if you sit here and just base it off of everything else, all your external things instead of what's important inside of you, that's how you get lost, bro.
Yeah.
That's how you get lost. Like,
It's a lot of
you know, like one of my favorite rap quotes is Nipsey of Victory Lap. And like, I've said it. I've seen him post it. He was like, "I'm gonna take it there. This time, I'm gonna make it clear. I spoke some things into the universe, and they appear. I won't say it. I won't say it's worth it, but I'll say it. No, I'll say it's not fair, but it's worth it, basically." And then he was like, "Find your purpose, or you wasting air. If you're not, well then fuck it. I guess y'all scared. And I think a lot of people don't realize that, like, yo, you find your purpose, bro. If you don't find your purpose, then what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Massage
You know,
those
and like,
feet.
It's a blessing just to be alive, bro.
Man.
Yep.
And live in America, like when they like going back to that thing on Viceland when like the Republican people, they got really bad liberals represent smart woke black people too on that one. They got like all the like crybaby millennials. They didn't have like people that really got it from the mud because if you really get it
That
from
one
the mud,
gay dude was though. That one gay dude on the side was.
yeah, he was going.
He was
ham.
on the down. Yeah, everybody else is like, would say shit.
Yeah, but he was saying like I didn't have no bootstraps, so I just made some. It's like yeah, bro. Like, but you're not.
Sometimes
gonna
you
make
gotta
something
be-
if you buying Jordans.
Yeah.
Or going to the club, spending
Yeah.
$150, or going to the strip club, or doing all this type of.
Want to know
goofiness.
what's more important than spending money in the strip club?
What?
Credit.
I wish they taught us.
Nipples or credit?
Hey, fuck that. My credit went up. My credit went up 50 points, nigga. I'm hype.
Oh, you
I'm hype.
bro. Somebody
My credit
put
look
my
like Swiss
credit
cheese,
up,
bro. I
nigga,
checked that
my
shit
check.
Friday. Said it jumped up 50 points. I was like, oh yeah, I'm on my way.
Oh, you hype.
I'm on my way to the top, niggas.
Good
Shooting for
credit.
that. I'm shooting for that 760, 770. I'm shooting for all sevens.
That's an
type
investment.
shit.
All right, man. This is my laptop's dying.
Oh
We're
yeah.
getting
I said we've been
time.
going,
This
G.
was a good. This
It was
Hour
good
and
time.
47 minutes.
Appreciate y'all for having us.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate it.
Hey man, we gotta call this like the Boop episode of the month or something.
Hell
shit.
yeah.
This
There's
was
all boob quotes.
Yeah, this was all
Real
Boop
quick,
quotes.
man, I appreciate what y'all are doing. Like, I'm not ever the type of person to just support anything, like, just because Delaney's my homie or anything like that. I support y'all because y'all genuinely give people a voice, and you're, like-minded, and you speak your mind, you know what I mean? And that goes for everything. I don't ever support anybody just because, like, they're the homie. Like, I seen the dude that you did in the barbershop, and he's like, I actually want to provide people a service. Well, you know what I mean? I think if we all felt like that and we all had that mind state, then we could all achieve much more rather than feeling like just because we're all homies, you should support people.
It's like old.
It goes back to
It's
what we were
old
saying, how much of a value do you offer me? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It sounds fucked up, but
No,
that's
it's a trade.
business.
It's a win-win.
That's the business of it.
It's a win-win.
If you're trying to make a business, then be a business. You know what I mean? And grow organically and give me a reason to want to follow you or support you or buy your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Bring value.
Yeah, so I appreciate y'all and everybody else out there that's doing what they need to do to make it to the top, man.
Woo-woo. Where can we find y'all at, man? Some shout outs where, all the
Yeah,
social
find
media.
us on Instagram, Club Coldivar. That's pretty much it. Everything runs through the Instagram, man.
Yeah.
Instagram.
Take me, T8KMI, Take me, Club Coldivar. Come check us out.
Boo, boo.
Catch us in the streets, man. The rain last couple of weeks have not been able to get something up, but summer.
We got a lot of pennies.
19, we got a lot of paintings on down.
A lot of free
giving them
shit.
away.
Hey man, really quick.
Follow.
It got so bad that I did not know you was that person. That I hit this nigga. I gotta come back to it. Because I would hit this nigga. I'm like, hey, bro, let me know when homeboy about to drop some shit off. I'm about to come scoop it. Because every time I see you at post on work, it'd be like 12 hours later. I'd be like, fuck.
Yeah.
I could have got that. I wasn't doing shit 12 hours ago. So I hit him over and it's like, hey, bro, next time he get ready to drop some shit off, try to tip a nigga off. Like,
let me know ahead of time.
I got you.
Fuck.
Then we got some teas for y'all too, yeah?
Yeah, I got some teas, man.
Oh man.
Oh,
damn, straight up?
Yeah, I got
Yes,
you.
sir.
Oh man.
It's all about community, man. I respect y'all, man. Y'all do shit for the culture, man. I can tell it's like friend of muscle and it's real, so I just wanted to come.
We appreciate that.
Give y'all
That's
the energy, man, because this shit is all about positive vibes.
Hell yeah, nigga. Yeah. This
Thanks for
episode's
coming
sick.
on.
money, bro.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
appreciate it.
I appreciate
Y'all were
that.
cool. It was cool, like
Appreciate it.
listening to y'all for real,
Yeah.
chopping it up with y'all. We
That's
appreciate
like,
it.
that's one of the things that we've been getting into is like getting more like trying to get like more real with it, make more connections, you know. And like I said, I appreciate y'all for coming through. I appreciate the homie Alex, bro. Like we've been cool since I came to Dago. You know, he was like one of the very outside of like my roommates.
Right.
He was my coworker, so I spent just as much time with him, working with him, as I did living with Q. And it's like I've always respected what he's trying to do with his life. I've always respected his vision, his hustle, and everything. So like when he hit me up, was like, hey, bro, like, you know, you should really let like me and my homie Coldivar, you know, come on the episode. I was like, bro, I got you, because I know what he would have brought to the table. I know what we were gonna chop it up about, you know, and I appreciate you.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate, you know, meeting you. You know, and like I said, thank y'all. I appreciate it, most definitely.
Mutual.
Boop boop. On that note,
Get it.
I would say,
Episode
what you got
5.
for us, though? We're gonna let them see what they
Oh,
got.
yeah, I mean, if you want, man, pull out the bag. I just got 3 teas, man. Y'all order the same size, so like y'all can just pick it. Whatever you want. Y'all got this
Y'all
one.
can fight
Fire.
to the death.
Show that to the camera. Oh, okay.
No.
Market yourself right here. We ain't got that many people watching, but we got enough.
All right, then I got.
Oh, that's fire.
I got the Take Me tea in case y'all want that. The C on the
It's
back.
fire.
I'm liking this one. That one is pretty fire too.
Yeah.
And then I got a red John. I don't know if y'all bang.
It's fire too.
I'll take the red one. if you got this one, I'll take the red one.
That is fire, bro. I don't even got that.
I'll take this one. I got you.
Hell yeah, I'll take
Good looking, bro.
Out here getting
Much
close.
appreciated, bro.
You know, you already know we
Thank you, bro.
yeah, bro. You blessing us.
Sir, we appreciate
Hey,
y'all.
but y'all already know what it is, man. It's the Activated Podcast. I'm your boy, Mac2301.
Real Walter Ford.
It's your boy GDQ.
Creative.tunez.
HP 302.
And we out here activated, Reggie Forever.
Woo!
Yeah.